Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
Popcorn, rich with hot melted butter. Steaming hot coffee.
Good golly, it's time for Pauper. Hey everybody, Deluxe Cough here. I'm trying Orzhov yet again. I've been going 3-2 and 4-1 with this monstrosity. And I'm going to jump over to the tournament rounds because we're going to try to play all 5 matches. I say try because I might get worn out. So we're loaded up, got no matches yet. We're going to go right over to the deck list here. Oh, here we go. Well, we'll explain it later. Good times. Hopefully it's something fast. This deck's been performing pretty well. I started with 4 Thorn of the Black Rose, which has Death Touch and the new Monarch ability. We'll get into that a little bit later. But for right now, let's jump on over and see what we can see. Chime in if you're out there. Let me know that you're here in the room, even if you just want to type a period or a comma or something. And we'll leave it at that. So, ugh. Boy, we don't have as many lands as normal, but can't keep this. One mulligan. This we will keep. And this is kind of a toolbox deck. Well, we need white before we can get that. So I'm going to throw this on the bottom, even though this deck runs off of Auramancer. Anyway, yeah, I was running 4 of these, and excuse me, Goods Phrasen, good evening. Hey, thank you. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for chiming in. Like I said, it confirms that there's a signal. Nerd to the core. Woohoo! Why only 1 copy of Tortured Existence? Because we have Auramancers and lots of ways to get back Auramancers and lots of ways to throw stuff in the yard. And one of my least favorite things was when you play Tortured Existence decks, which I played a little bit of, you know, you get the Tortured Existence out, you're like, all right, and then you draw another one, and you're like, what am I going to do with this? So I only run 1 of them, and I've been liking it so far. It's not so, speak of the devil, not so important, but I got these new lands from Battle of Zendikar. I just really like the ether hue going on there, but Cat Party 88, whoop, it's Friday and I'm watching Pauperganda, so that must mean I have the day off. Happy Friday, y'all. Yeah, I second that. Oh, we're up against it here. We got some nice fire blast to the face on the ground. Let's see, we'll be able to, at least our witches will be able to eat something here, and if we don't draw white, this might be a really quick one. Like I said, I've gone 3-2 twice with this, 1-4-1, and that's it. Surprisingly, once you see the deck, it's lost against Burn twice out of 2 times. It's but when you see the board, you'll understand my surprise because I run a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a very avant-garde list, but you know, you got to play what you know. And oh boy, this guy's bringing it. If we don't draw into a lot of lands real quick, this one's going to be over. Shiraz, thanks for joining us. Why artifact lands? I'll get to that in just a sec. Thank you for the questions, Nerd to the Core. Artifact lands for Delirium? No, they are for Resourceful Return, which I got obliterated by the player TMTM, Teim, tournament regular. I was playing my Rakdos version of this deck, and he had a version with Kami of the False God, or whatever it's called, and then Thief of Hope, and a lot of recursion that way. And I just came to see, I was like, wow, that's definitely a superior build there. We're toast on this one, guys. Needed a white source and then some. It's the RDW for round 1. At least this one will be fast, and that means I could probably get through all 5 rounds here live if I don't talk too much. Where I'm going to go over Amonkhet 2, the new set. It really showed up the last little bits, and I don't like that. That was a little power surge. That's not good for a Twitch feed. Anyway, avant-garde, what do you mean by that? I mean avant-garde. It's just it's not the definition's lost to me at the moment. Sorry. Just out not so common is what I mean by it. No pun intended with Pauper regards. Okay. Yeah, well, this one's over. I don't even know why I'm drawing here. I do have one Kabira. I don't even know how to say that. Crossroads. So that was a horrible first show, but hopefully it'll show up after this. So we have access. We have 1 Prismatic Strands main, and this is let me show the board off a little bit. Yeah, this is the card I really fell in love with, and that's why we play artifact lands. Return a target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and if you control an artifact, draw a card. Really, really cool in this deck. We throw so much stuff in the yard. If it's not a creature, it's an enchantment. That's why we run 4 Auramancers, goes and grabs our main removal spell of choice, Dead Weight. Angelic Renewal can really keep fueling out just these ridiculous combos, and especially when they have answers for your Guardian of the Guildpact. For this one, this is mostly in the sideboard for Delver, because I like to have Flying Guardians that gain life. That's always fun game over. But again, so I got to stay focused here. Against this deck, we do have Rune of Protection red over Circle, just because we have so many white sources, and I like to be able to cycle stuff, and then I can go fetch it back. However, against RDW, they hit you with so much volume. I find this not to be as good as just Prismatic Strands. So I'm actually going to get rid of one of the Thorn of Black Roses. Going to get rid of a lot of our black creatures here. I'm going to get rid of the Font of Return, 1 Witch, and I think that should do it. We have a lot of white creatures now to fund this. What's cool about Stinkweed, early on you block, boom, throw stuff back, maybe Wall of Hote's and something, and then Prismatic Strands. Yes, all 4 of them. I know it seems pretty ridiculous, and this is really good against red with Walls of Hope and things like Missionaries. I know this looks funny in Pestilence, but believe me, it gets you to Pestilence math, and then you can just keep playing it and gaining life and all that stuff. Neato, says Cat Party, so I got to catch up. Excited to see this play. Under the core, I like Resourceful Return too, but it's worth running artifact lands, like when you could just run Recover. I just prefer it. I've seen it in play. I consider Tim a better control player than me, and like I said, make no excuses. He beat me over the head with that one, and every time I draw it, I like seeing it, whereas I don't like the other ones. So we've got, I only kept in 1 Thorn, and like I said, I own 4. I just went ape on the card and tried to force it to work in a Rakdos shell, and we all saw how that went. But, okay, we've got land, we've got a sweeper, and we got a good blocker. We'll keep. And I'll lead off with let me see, Kabira Crossroads. I think that's how you say it. I'm sure somebody will correct me out there. And we'll drop that and start with a net positive here. I'm going to just keep your mana to mostly black here. I know that first thing was a rough outing. Thank you for that, MTG bot. Turn turkey. Yeah. Draw a card. Well, it does cost more, doesn't it? That's never a good thing. Two's very. There's so many coming to play lands. Two's very prominent. When I show you the deck list, you'll see there's quite a bit of flooding throughout. I just, I don't know. Whenever you can lower the curve, I think that's excuse enough. These are the kind of decks where Prismatic Strands really shine. Seeing a lot of Burning Tree and even amounts with Red Deck Winds and Stompy. So it's kind of like we only took 1 there. Let us see. You know, ideally, I would like to play the Crossroads or the Rats or anything, but I'm going to set up a Prismatic Strands this next turn because the math of this deck usually goes off. He's probably got a Heel Cutter, and I want to put Strands, and then I'll be able to block, kill, and it should have this game. Yeah, the jump to 2/3 whenever possible. There are some exceptions to watching your mana curve. Hopefully we pull out a Goblin Bushwhacker here, and he thinks he's going to roll us over. All right. Played too much of this game, I tell you. I wish I could do that with stocks. But yeah, there are some times in deck design where you want to pull the higher card. Like I think Sign in Blood versus Read the Bones. There's some decks where that's actually kind of a favored move. So now if we had, you can see if we had Dead Weight out, we could kill a creature, go get it back, cast Strands, do all that stuff. But we got to kind of slow roll this. I'm going to play into this. We'll set up, and we've got Strands in the yard. Let me know if the cards look good, guys. You want them bigger. Try to make them a little bit bigger here. I'm all about the aesthetics. You all know that. Here we go. All right. Dun, dun, dun. So how's everybody doing? What you playing? Chime in. Do all that good stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to see it. Sorry, I'm a little over-caffeinated as usual on the Fridays. I didn't go for my usual walk today. I've been having really late nights, so play might suffer, but because of it, I'm like drinking a lot of coffee because I just want to stay warm. I don't have the blood circulating as usual. Now here we always want to block stuff that can block or that can attack if nothing's happening. And what I mean by that is like this guy and this guy can do it. These all have the cohorts have stipulations to them, so we will block. Okay, and yes, I'm going to use this because that's 7 damage. Boink. And Prismatic Strands is one of those cards, like, it seems 3 always feels right in most builds, but yeah, when you're losing close ones to burn and stuff, it's like, gosh darn it, I never mind seeing this card, especially against Stomp, which is when you need to stay alive the most and such. So let's see, should we cast that out? Yeah, we could cast that. We're going to want to bring our Crossroads back. I definitely see, this is when you don't like the Thorn, so I mean it's great against control and stuff, so I would have saved the Strands. Going for 11 isn't that bad. I disagree. Believe me, especially after that first game. So we're going to want to Wrath next turn. We're going to fill up our yard this turn. So I'm not too concerned about killing stuff, but I do want to... I think there's more black instants in the world than this. We'll throw this back. Now, next turn, that'll be a rat. That's fine. Yeah, we can do that. I just want to make sure I've got an activation for 2 next turn. So now we take out 2 dudes and go from there. Hoo-ah. Here we are. And sorry for the delay. Sometimes advice on what to do doesn't... Uh-oh, boy, if he's got a Bushwhacker here, this could mean the difference. This deck, Red Deck Wins, is so... I mean, it's going to have those games like Game 1. I'm sure we've all run into that, where it's just like, holy crap, and then it's over. But it's a very good Tier 2 deck, I consider. We'll take a Fire Blast here. I think it's a couple cards away, or maybe a good Brewer away from really turning that corner. And I do think Pauper needs more Flaring Pain colors. Like, I know that's kind of a red rage thing, but maybe black could have one, or just a little bit of we don't need really anything here, so I'm going to start filling up my yard because we've got Auramancer, so now we can fetch the Pestilence. And if Tortured Existence showed up, that's cool too. But to answer your earlier question, Alex, all right, gain 2 life. Crypt Rats time. Gain 2 life. See, this is normally how I've been playing against RDW or similar decks like it with that speed thing. What deck I'm very surprised against having a very good matchup is Stompy, which is maybe we'll have a reason to go 3-2 or better today with Super Rogue like this. Kunstfrazen says, I'm actually upset Harm's Way never was downshifted to a common. My favorite card from M10, and I would love wielding it in Pauper. Yeah, that is a cool little card. I'm going to bring that up on MTG Bot Shiraz or whoever's out there. Thank you for helping out, whoever you all are. And I'm going to pop this now out of respect. Just make sure no shenanigans are going on. Boom, boom. And be careful when you're playing this. Double check the math. This is it activates a lot differently than Pestilence. And remember, hold down the control trick if you need be. All right, so I'm not really too concerned with maybe actually, I put them on a heel cutter here. But now is when we want to drop the rows. Maybe after an imp or so. You just got to be real careful. Don't have that much removal, so. Arms away. All right. Okay, here comes the burn package. Now we're going to want to go get some life. Like Lone Missionary. Maybe if I draw Resourceful Return now, it'll be good times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're kind of stuck with either that play or that play. I'm gonna opt to draw the cards here with the rows. He might have a hasted creature. He's only at 16, so I'm actually gonna stay back on this one just because I don't want like a cohort something stealing that away from me. I guess I could block then, but I'm just gonna draw the life. I'll start off. Shiraz says, I'm an old man. It's like, I know what that's like. Actually, I was corrected the other day. Somebody's like, you're not even that old. But I was like, well, for Magic players, it definitely seems to be the thing. But we won't get into that again. Dun, bum, bum. There were some nice nimbus clouds on the horizon. I was very thrilled to see this morning. Hopefully that it means rain and they start coming down. All right, so we got another Crossroads candidate. And so I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I played Pestilence. And this is drastically different. I covered it a little bit excuse me, with regards to kind of the initial designs of it, but it nothing like a good thrashing from, maybe this will earn a concession. Hold on a minute here. If I drop this and go get Pestilence. Yep. Do you want to do this awesome ability? I guess so. Maybe we'll do it. And I'm going to respect the life here. I'm not going to overplay. I'm going to just go in with the Guardian for the same logic as last turn. Pretend maybe we've got Strands. Yeah, we'll cast the Imp. Another Guardian. Once we drop the life, maybe fill up our yard. Hopefully we can kill the Imp somehow. Maybe dead weighted ourselves. That's another good reason. That's something we don't like to see. Well, the Auramancer. That's no big deal. And that player Tim did actually 5-0 with his list, but it just didn't make the rounds. So, Syscoms, hi. Thank you for chiming in. Hi back to you. Thanks for joining us. Here doing our favorite thing, old Pauper Central. That good stuff. Gosh, shoot, I wish I could just kill this darn thing. All right. Boink. This will kill any hasted creatures. I can kind of go carte blanche now. I'm going to keep the mana open, play pretty conservatively, just for the sake here. Sorry for the coffee mug in the face of the camera. MTG Gato, hello. Good to see you too. Thank you. It's amazing too. I'm not saying this person's doing that, but it's funny how much damage the Thorn of the Black Rose pulls from people, because I think, like me early on, I was a little confused about how it actually worked. I bought it and just played some solitaire games with it, and I'm like, okay, I get it now, because Monarch, the whole concept was kind of new to me. But it is funny how many people just target it and they're like, okay, now the problem's over. It's like, you kill it, doesn't matter. This still stays here. And there's maybe somebody out there knows that there's a Guardian or a Sentinel that has a Monarch ability that's white. I think it's a 2/4. That's pretty valid in the sideboard too. I know Tim and I were talking about that this morning. And if you're out there, Tim, I know I gave you a heads up. We might be discussing you and your build. Chime in, let us know what your username is. So many people, it's like they've got an MTG username, they got a nickname in real life, then a name in real life, then a magic handle, and then a Twitch handle. It's crazy. I'm grateful to people like Nerd of the Core who actually I take that back, Nerd of the Core. Your name should be Spikeboy M all the way around, or Nerd of the Core on MTGO. Consider the following. All right. Thorn of the Black Rose, pretty cool, but only late against this. Yeah, 1 Signet. I think I'm just going to keep this. I'm looking at the my sideboard. I've got 3 relics. This is after we've boarded once. 3 relics, 1 Raven's Cry, and a Rune of Protection red, which I've explained. I don't think that's worth it bringing in against swarm mentalities, especially when it's a rune and not a circle of protection. Might be a bite against my design there. Contaminated Ground, Font of Return, Witches, Oblivion Ring, Gift of Orzhova, and the Thorn of the Black Rose. The Gift of Orzhova might be valid. Enchanted creature gets +1/1 and has lifelink. I chose this because it can go on the Guardian, and people can't bounce it, which is enchantment 101. People are usually... We didn't see any of our 4 Lone Missionary show up, or our Wall of Hopes, which is going to be great in this matchup if it shows up. But I think we're kind of boarded pretty well for this, so we'll keep it like this. Don't disagree. I made MTGO when I was 17, says Nerd of the Core. Oh, that's awesome. Nerd of the Core is just a better name overall, so I'll live with the dissonance. 8686, let's get pithy. Yeah, good chiming in. Thanks for joining us, 8686. All right, here we are. Yeah, we're liking this. We got double life. We got prismatic. This looks like a real hard matchup for our opponent, but I won't suffer from foot and mouth disease quite yet. You never know. This deck has some explosive starts. Never a fan of the Jackal. Probably the red creature card I hate the most, I would say, would have to be Mog Flunkies, the 3/3 that just, boy, that card is, I think it's awful. There's scenarios when you're already winning, the board's flooded, and you got all kinds of critters. It's like, well, yeah, then it's a lightning bolt to turn and stuff, but whew, boy, we're going to need this life pretty soon. What's cool, and this is what I like about Missionaries, you look at it in a Pestilence build, you're like, what the hell's that doing there? But realistically, it just buys you so much time. That last turn we took 4, so it's going to reset that next turn, and it's going to trade for something. And that's if Pestilence or Crypt Rats doesn't show up. So again, when choosing these targets and you're playing this deck, like anybody's really going to sleeve this up. I think it's kind of just a pet design of me and about 3 other people. But this is the last priority because it has all these stipulations. This one or this one's the choice. And because we're playing Guardian, I like to kill this guy. A little too much information there, but hey, that's what we're all here for, right? All right. And my inbox has been greatly decreased as far as commercial ad ideas and stuff like that goes. So don't be shy if you come across a card and you get the giggles and you think like, hey man, that'd be a funny little card. This is when it's scary though, because right now we didn't draw a land. We draw a land, we're golden, but we play this, we gain 4, but then he might have a heel cutter right behind it, and then bam, in the face. And it doesn't feel so good. Hopefully, with 2 of them, we'll at least be able to block something next turn if he does have heel cutter this turn. But like I said, look how biased that hand looked, and all it took was not drawing 1 land, and bam, there it is again. I'm a clairvoyant clown. That should be my little box above my head, right? Dang. Damage city. Can't block. This sucks. All right. Well, at least do that. Gain 4 more. All right. At least we'll be able to block with something here. It's getting grim already, see? Next turn, can pull the old Prismatic Strands, maybe start activating stuff for the Auramancer if we draw into another land here. But, whew, this is nuts. So hopefully we don't want to see... Oh, he's just going to cast it. Interesting. Okay. Oh, all day long I'll trade with this stuff. Come on, Jackal. Come on over. That's fine by me. Yeah, these are not here to attack with unless we're the aggro, and then they're just bears. These are there to clear the way, which thankfully they did. Now, I could go get that, smack that. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I was thinking of slow playing this, throwing strands in the yard after an alpha strike here. You know what? I might want to do that. Then I can Auramancer. I'm going to do that. I'm going to slow roll this. But I could kill something right now. Might as well, right? Just in case he's got some answer like Flaring Pain. Play dumb here. Syscom says, I sent mine via Facebook. Yes, I appreciate that. Y'all are coming up with it. And sometimes, like, I know we had the, yeah, this is why we did it. My clairvoyance is coming through. No. And for any of you out there that are a little hesitant on the price tag of Prismatic Strands, I apologize for always pimping it because I've had like a lot of copies of it for a long time, but there's a reason why. It's pretty awesome. I think it's well worth the money. It's probably one of the best cards if you like to play white that you should invest in. It kind of always sounds funny with regards to... yeah, I've just fallen in love with Auramancer. Yep. I've thought of playing the card Sicken, but in the end, I just don't think it's as what's the best word? Flexible. You're already going and getting one. I'm not really after the cycling ability of giving something a -1/1. So I am pretty stoked about talking about some of the new cards. I'm glad Nerd of the Core's in the house. Hopefully you stay around, Alex, and we can discuss more goods. All right, let's just put the hammer down here. I'm going to drop this. And this is when I really like Angelic Renewal for the life gain. If he does have a lightning bolt or something, you bring it back. Or what's really cool, you kill the Auramancer. This trips. Auramancer comes back. You put back the Angelic Renewal. It's like this ultra permanent. Not really. It's just this nasty little lock against decks that don't run blue or have exile answers like the pillar and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be cool if you stick around, Alex, and we go over the list there. I don't know if your feed is showing up on the like a review or anything like that. But there's today, I think or last night, sometime in the last few hours, the whole thing spoiled. So good times. I'm glad the deck's making a show of things here. Should we drop the rats? What's cool too, Angelic Renewal with the rats. It's like, woohoo! How fun is that? Okay, Nah, I'm going to wait on the rats. I just pull out. We'll be even now. And because we have the return card, we've already got 2 missionaries in our yard. But you see here, we've played all 4 of our missionaries, and look at our life. I mean, that's quite telling of, and this was a good hand, but it is quite telling of how, it's just quite telling of how strong RDW can be. Yep. Good times. Sure. All right, we're back at 20. We'll see. That first game sure was scary. It was like, good lordy. How are we going to survive this? But as you can see, once you start drawing cards that you're supposed to, it kind of works out. Come on. There we go. Okay. We got another missionary. I kind of want to get the dead weight back, so I'm going to just attack with this dude. Hopefully he gets block happy. Go. Nope. All right. Cat Party 88. Not sure if there are too many splashy new pauper cards. It looks like Trespasser's Curse and Supernatural Stamina. I also like Greater Sandworm for Timmy purposes. Warranted. Very warranted indeed. Since we have an artifact, still just going to slow roll this. I'm going to respect. Go grab this. Play a Crossroads. Play some more land. Gain some life. Sit back, and now we're at 26. Good times. I only wish I had cycled for 1 green so you can exhume for turn 2. Oh. And thank you, Farfstone, for hosting us. Good times. Whenever I can, usually on Sundays, Saturdays, sometimes late Fridays, if I'm just kind of bored and I see people are playing Pauper. It seems to be on a Saturday thing. I love hosting things because then the channel's active and I can be lazy. So Nerd of the Course says, a lot of the cards are heavily synergy based on the power level that is contingent with other cards. Very well said. Couldn't have said it better myself. And the a lot of those cantrips of the old days of being able to untap stuff, boy, that is just exponentially awesome now. It's like that's very, very good to know. All right, here we are. Let's go. You know, I think I'm going to just go like this. Let's see if he's being honest. I'll trade my stuff. Mine's getting me +4 fire blasts. Take, for example, anything with Exert really strong with Quirion Ranger. That's a very good point I was going to make, but I'm glad you made it, so I don't have to. All right, good. There we are. Does he have no, he doesn't have Electrickery in hand. Then we still have Prismatic Strands in the yard. Main reason for running 4, so when we churn over Stinkweed Imps in matches like this and Imp against Burn, we have a higher probability of hitting the goods. Crypt Rats. Oh, the Crypt Rats. I don't think so. I'll just pull this out. We'll go like this. Kind of slow rolling it here. I got a lot of respect for red, even at 26 life, because of cards like that. You see Prismatic Strands. That's why it's so valuable. This is just like chopping the legs off of a dining room table, and that's a terrible analogy. Sorry, it shows my lack of sleep. There's a lot of cool tricks with exert creatures with untapping effects and stuff. There's quite a bit of cool stuff out there. All right, now we don't really. I don't care if the. I'm gonna let the imp die here, and I'll just let both these die here. I ain't gonna trip, literally. Now if we get the rose, it'll be cool. Keep that up. There we go. I like that. And wonder if this will. Yeah, we still have 11 minutes. We'll be all right. I'll come in with this. He's probably gonna block with Bushwhacker. Let's see. Yep. We are 1-on-1. I don't want to use that on this. So we say no. Again, don't have to like it. It's all good. I'm gonna drop this dude. He's hellbent right now. This might earn a concession. I got to remember I got 4 more rounds after this. And thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Eventually, maybe in a few more months, Pauperganda might move to Saturdays. I'm always debating that. But judging by the audience we've been getting lately, I think I might keep it a little bastion of hope for Fridays. It does seem to be kind of one of the when I do go on Fridays, unless it's much later in the evening. It doesn't seem like much else is on. So weekends are for Twitch usually. So it's kind of a nice little chapter 1 for the weekend of stuff. Yeah, in white, Gustwalker is one of the ones that I like of the new one. It's a 2/2 bear, and if it has exert, and if it attacks, I think it gets +1/1 and flying. And I don't know, I could see that being pretty cool. But yeah, ain't much gonna beat Quarian Ranger. Like Stompy needs to get better, right? But and I thought at first that Stinging Shot, I think it's called, 3 -1/1 counters, and I was like, oh my god, that has aerial volley beat so bad. But then that was my card optimism taking over. Then I realized, oh wait a minute, it doesn't, because it only does it on 1 creature, so it's strictly worse that way. So I can't block that. That's okay. We'll just take 3 here. I'm glad to trade 3 for 3 with Crypt Rats on the board. Angelic Renewal out, and Prismatic Strands in the yard. Let's see. Oh, and he played a land. Now, never do that. If you're a new player, just don't do it. I just think it's bad magic. If you're flooded, just hold on. Make me think it's an electricity, something to play around. This is just like winning the lottery or something when somebody does that. So here we go. The core says, yeah, but Stinging Shot is still strong since you can cycle it. Yeah, that is a good point. Although, boy, when I bring in something to sideboard, it's very rare if it's a sideboard card against Delver that I don't want to see the sideboard cards. It's like they got to be drawing awfully bad for you to want to cycle away the main reason to kill it. And how good is Goblin Heel Cutter? I remember seeing that card, and my knee-jerk reaction, I saw 4 mana. I'm like, nope, I don't care what it does. But then I looked a little closer with Dash, and it made it into my Goblin builds for quite a while. Cancel that. Here we go. All right, so this one's over now. We'll cast Resourceful Return on our Auramancer. Go grab our dead weight. And thankfully, this one will win the first round. That first game, it was like, yikes. Put the capital F in fool. That's what I was feeling like anyway, but Crimson Rum, thank you for watching, and thank you for the update. All right, here we are. So 1-1, we'll just jump right over, and I will try to discuss the deck list. We have, I'm going to bring up the nice big fat card here, 1 Tortured Existence. I've always wanted to make a deck with 1 of these. Why do we have only 1 of these? Because we have 4 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, 1 of these, etc. It gets pretty crazy. So our lands, we got 21 lands, 4 dens, 2 bogs, 1 crossroads, 3 basilicas, 4 barrens, 3 swamps, 4 vaults, 1 Tortured Existence, 1 dead weight, 4 walls of hope, 2 angelic renewals, 1 Skyfisher, 4 lone missionaries, 1 font of return, 3 resourceful return, 1 witches. The Delver matchup, as with any Delver matchup, sometimes you blow it out of the water, other times they blow you out. So I'm just trying to get kind of a toolbox. 1 Signet, which I'm really liking. I used to run 2, I think 1's all right. 4 imps, which kill everything in the format almost. Crypt Rats, 1 Prismatic Strands main, because I wanted 4 total and I didn't want them all on the sideboard. 4 Auramancers, which is the meat of the deck. 3 Guardians, 2 Thorn of the Black Rose. I used to run all 4 of these, and 2 Pestilence. Pestilence gets thrown in the yard with Stinkweed, then we just go grab this. Or if this is in the yard, we go grab this. We draw a card to grab this, and then we go get this, or this, or this, or this, or this. See what I mean? It's a lot of fun. And in our sideboard, 1 Raven's Crime, 3 Relic of Progenitus, 1 Rune of Protection red, mostly because we can cycle it and go get it back if we're already being dominant. And there's a lot of white sources in this deck. 1 Seal of Cleansing, again, just kind of removal. 3 Contaminated Grounds against Tron and such, and just kind of rogue variants. This is my answer for Delver with a capital R. Very good card when slapped on the Guardian. The only bad thing about enchantments almost all the time. Tassanera, thanks for joining us. Yo, yo, yo. The coolest thing about Gift of or enchantments, as Hexproof knows, it's like, hey, you can't mess with that. I've got creatures out that can avoid edicts, and you can't bounce it. Well, it's similar logic here with Guardian of the Guildpact, which it has to be multicolored. So we chose Gift of Orzhova right there because it gets +1/1, has flying and lifelink, so it's kind of this Spire Golem of our own accord on our side, just flying there and negating everything while we are pinging everything apart and then throwing a Black Rosing them to death. So, and 3 more Strands and 2 Oblivion Rings is kind of a catch-all. I used to run Journey to Nowheres here, and then I ran into I think I lost to a Freed to the Real deck and some other weird rogue deck that, geez, oh, Pizzo, look at this time. almost 3 minutes. I'm glad I chose to talk about the deck then. Hey, look at that. 8686. Oh, you can show the list without the giant preview window. Yeah, I can do that, but most people really like to see the what card I'm referencing there. But I can do that for you. And I'll have a list up after the show there. And that's what it's looking like so far. And this been a tinkering here and there. Really, really enjoying this list. It's got teeth against a lot of decks. And oh, come on. Oh, all right. Well, league matchmaking failed. Not a good sign. Nerd of the Core says your plan against your tempo decks is putting 3 mana aura on your 4-drop. Pretty much, yeah. We have enough life gain to get us there. And I don't like 1 mana answers against Spellstutter Sprites and such, and even 2 mana answers. I find 3 and up pull a hard counter. I was over this a few weeks ago, and it really pulls a lot of weight around. We also have, Crypt Rats, the Witches, and Deadweight too. So it's not just one of, but it's close enough match. I've only got the I think I do only bring in that, and what else was there? We'll talk about it in a little bit. All right, let's see what we're going up against here. Good mana, good everything. Be nice if this was an Auramancer, but we'll keep this. Can't complain about, turn 1, Tortured Existence. Don't have much really to go from there, but and yeah, we'll lead out with that. Just in case we draw an Basilica next turn, we can pop this and kill whatever's out there. All right, speak of the devil, here we go. Let's see. Boom. I'm gonna kill that. I'm gonna drop this. And the Wall of Hope's really good against ninjas too. A lot of times they only hit you once with it, and then it's just they just sit back. Nichols, good to see you. Hey, Cough, late to the show. Good to see you. 1-0 already. Yeah, thank goodness. Goblin Guy 01. Hey, chat. Deadweight and Goblin Guy says Shirazama. Everybody's in the house. Thanks for chiming in. Feel free to cap up if you're in the Pauperganda mood and want to get a bunch of irritating questions of why are you yelling at me, which I've gotten very used to over the years, but I'm getting a lot of love on the YouTube channel. Some really nice comments in the last 48 hours. It always makes my day, makes me feel all nice and fuzzy inside. We'll go like this. We've already got our artifact land. We'll start trying to gain some life here. Gonna eat a daze. Nope. That's all right. Life's always good against them. Write down Delver here. And I don't... Oh, these are snow covered, so this is probably Delver with a capital R. Gonna make sure to write that in there. Not that it matters too much against us here. Sitcom says, did you post a list on Facebook? I take screenshots and build your deck step by step. Oh, save a few steps. The last 3 months, I think everything I've posted, I have a text version of it that comes right from MTGO. You can save it to your desktop and import the text list, and it's just, aside from some mana mistakes and things like that, it's very good times. All right. I think we might be able to use our return next turn. And, I never dislike seeing Prismatic Strands. It's a little silly in this matchup, but yeah, we'll get this out. Some dividends. I'm going to pull a hard counter for that. Let's see. That's really cool with Crypt Rats, though. I like that a lot. Hey, we got a hard counter out of it. Not out of the woods ever with this deck, boy. They can just, all of a sudden, there's 2 or 3 lightning bolts in the air, and most of my lists do pretty good against it, but you can never count them out. That's probably one of the most powerful combos in Magic, is it? Colby Guy says, hey, old buddy, to Shirazman. All right. Everybody's feeling the love today. All right. Gosh darn it. Come on now. I need to get a Stinkweed Imp. I want a Stinkweed Imp so that they counter it, and then I start filling up my yard and activating Tortured Existence. It's amazing how many people fall for that. I got to be careful not to fall for F6ing myself if they try to zap anything here. All right, this is probably going to turn into a ninja, which is going to eat the Wall of Hope, and then not much after that. Which might be funny right now. If he does swap it for a ninja, I can... You know what? I think I'm going to counter this with the Prismatic Strands, just to see how counter happy he is. We all love the word counter happy, right? This will probably put my opponent on edge. Like, he's playing Strands, man. What kind of crap is this? Point. You take your 2/2 and keep giving me 2 life every turn. Unless you want to give me 3 life, kill the wall, and then I'll go get it back with a Resourceful Return. Zacom says, but I should look for those texts on Facebook or on YouTube in the description. I usually have them right there. Good times. All right. Well, this is the kind of hand we wanted game 1 against our last opponent, not really against this deck. It's like, gosh, where are our Stinkweed Imps? We are a good percentage into our deck now, and our land's definitely secure. Here comes another Sprite. Yep. And you see how hampered the Ninja is here. It's like, okay. He might bounce it to get the Sprite back, but again, that's an entire turn to just do that. You know what? I'm going to deny him the mana. I'm not really too concerned with Prismatic Strands in this matchup, and I want the tempo loss to be felt here. Yeah, thank you for that, Alex. That's usually what I do. So I want a target for Resourceful Return here. And knowing that he's on that, I think I'm going to sit back and hopefully attempt to block the Ninja or eat a Lightning Bolt, and then I'll be able to turn on Resourceful Return and maybe draw into a card or 2 here. This is probably going to eat a Bolt at the end of this turn. Bear with 2 guns. Hey, thanks for... I think that's the first time you've chimed in. Thank you for that. He says, Pauperganda, what is the best deck in the format in your opinion since MM3 came out, or did it change anything? Oh, gosh. I have to probably just go to MTG Goldfish for that. This deck we're playing against is very strong. Traditional Delver is amazing. Stompy's amazing. But if you're like me, you get bored of the amazing decks and you try to make something of your own. So that's where I'm at anyway. Let's see. So he's going to draw the 1 card here. We're hopefully going to draw a card with a Resourceful Return. He's already burned a hard counter. Definitely out of Daze range here. How nice would it be to get like a Stinkweed into a... it's alright. We will attempt this. And this is where I don't like Thorn against Delver because of the flash creatures. It's really hard to get that going. I want to be proactive and get rid of something. I'm going to try to get the Missionary back and just stay ahead on life here. What deck isn't trying to kill you? Not many. It's just a double... Okay, well, so what we're going to do here then is we'll go this for the Missionary, discard a creature card, and we'll play it despite you, Mr. Delverman. Take that. Of course, we don't get to draw a card, but we do gain 4 life. Bear with 2 guns. I would hate to see a bear with 3 guns. I do not use the Book of Many Faces. It's public, so you can read it. Oh, sorry, sorry, being cryptic there. I apologize. Got to stop narrating and reading and just play the damn game. Let you guys do your own peanut gallery stuff back there. I think Nerd of the Core and Shirazamon got things pretty well monitored there. Oh boy, see, this is what I'm talking about. 34 life doesn't feel like much if you get 3 flip Delvers and a bunch of stuff running at your face. So this is when we really, really, really want our... Well, we definitely know he doesn't have any burn right now. This is when we really want our Stinkweed to show up. Pauperganda, have you considered Kor Skyfisher in the deck? So you can... Yes, I do have 1 Skyfisher in the deck. Sorry if I went over it too quickly. There is just 1, and I really would like to have 2, but I just can't. I don't know if Rose keeps doing what it's doing. Hey, look at this. All right. You know, he's got... What do we have out there? We've got... I think I'm going to go the life route here again, guys. I'm going to pitch this for this because I want to bring back him next turn. We're done with this stuff. I want to go get Auramancer, start turning on dead weight and all that stuff. So we might need a counter here, which will suck, but got to keep trying. Hard counter? Nope. Another Sprite. It's all right. We get the Imp back next turn. I'm going to take a lot of heat here, though. Yep. I agree with you, Bear with 2 guns. I'm liking that name a lot. Look at that. Already at 15. We were just like soaring a minute ago and just kaplop. Gotta love this game, even when you're losing. Okay. Oh, come on. Well, there's a Skyfisher. I don't know much what that would do. 4 Auramancers and we didn't flip one over. Okay. He's got 3 sprites out, so if he's probably got the ability to counter it with another sprite. I really want him to stop drawing cards though, so I'm still going to go with my route of trying to grab Missionary, discard, cast it, because if he's got a sprite, he's got it covered anyway. This way, at least if he's playing a rear mana leak build, I've got it covered. Hey, look at that. Back up to 19, and we can kill the ninja unless he's got burn for it, which he probably does. He's halfway through his deck almost here. There it is. Pop! Well, at least it's that. I'd rather it be Scred, or rather that than Scred, because then the lightning bolt could hit us to the face. And the dreaded card nobody likes to see when in this position. They go set up their next 2 turns. I should be paying more attention here. Bottom, top, 50-50. You really like it when Delver players go bottom, bottom. It's like, oh, I have a hope. I don't know if 4 mana is going to help us here. We're taking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 a turn. Our only hope here is to top deck Rats or Pestilence. However, given the probability of a Stinkweed flop over the number, we have 4 out of 40 cards of it being the Auramancer. If we did activate that for 1, Auramancer would take up that, and we still couldn't do it. I think we just have to draw on hope here. I think I got to play to my outs and top deck Pestilence here, which probably isn't going to happen. Nope. All right, so we lose that one again. Another first game loss. Kind of a common of toolbox decks. You kind of dilute it maybe 10-15% for that flexibility of the 2 games. Again, this is not a deck you want to be playing if you're off to really, really quick wins. So we're going to bring in the Gift of Orzhova. Font of Return's not too good against this. I like this against Dimir and stuff. Bit slower matchups. I think I might want to get rid of Roses altogether. It's kind of one of those. Yeah, I'm just gonna completely get rid of the Rose plan. The only time I want to play it is if I've completely got the board locked down, and then we're already winning. We've got draw. We've got 1 Skyfisher here, Alex. I know it's buried in all the 2 mana costs. Kind of hard to see. This is really good against Chainer's Edict and stuff, but probably not so good against this. Got Raven's Crime, Oblivion Ring. There's not much. I mean, we've got Crypt Rats, Cuombajj Witches, 2 Pestilence, and this, and our Stinkweed, and these. I mean, we should be all right. But why didn't we win, right? Let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to bring in 2 more strands because the Stinkweed battle, a lot of times when it dies, that's great. You go get it back, but then they're waiting to counter it. But it'll be yet another thing that they have to counter because the Stinkweed damage will go on the stack. I'll make it pro blue or whatever, and it'll kill it and still be around the next turn to block. So I think I'm going to go that route. I know it seems like I'm favoring strands, but it's just such a powerful card. It's hard for me to go. Tessanara says, Pauperganda, can you increase the opacity of that chat screen? It's kind of hard to see. Oh, that's sorry about that. I'll make a note of it for next week. I doctored it down a little bit more. I can maybe make it. I can make it white. I think if I turn off the where is it, the dark mode. Let's see if that helps out more. Boink. Whoop. How's that? Does that feel or look better? I'm not quite sure. Let me know quickly, or if it's an eyesore to everybody else. So we've got the Pestilence, Crypt Rats, Witches package. We can bring stuff back. We can gain life. We can bounce stuff. We can torture stuff. We can deadweight stuff. And in a pinch, we can Gift of Orzhova and block kind of indefinitely. So, all right. So, how's that looking, guys? A bit better? Okay, good. Good to know. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I'm kind of an anomaly in Twitch universe. I know a lot of people just kind of, hang out, play drinking games and all that stuff. I try to treat this more as a show, so whatever can make it better, let me know. I want the contrast between this and other stuff to just be very pronounced. It'll only get better over time. So as with all cruel things, MTGO. They trick you into this. It's like, look at all this savory stuff. Oh, I can, and that's why people are tricked into keeping one-liners. But we obviously have to pitch this, even though it has everything we want. Okay, we've got early stuff here. This looks a lot like our last hand. Hopefully it ends differently. I'm gonna throw this on the bottom. We've got another one. It's quite a few cards away, and I'm gonna just start fueling this up now. I think they run 1 or 2 days in most lists of this, so we're going to favor the dead weight, early play over like a Delver, and then drop the Wall of Hope. But not to be known here. What is the Pauperganda font? It's there is one that's similar, but it's actually made. I think it's called Red October, and I modified it a little bit with a text editor. So actually, I'm going to play the Crossroads. I'm going to take a bit of a chance. I just don't like those early ninjas. All right, there we go. Boom. That was one of the hardest things for me to learn as a graphic artist when I was so excited about a year and a half ago whenever Pauperganda started. It's like November 2015 or something, and I was so like, oh, I want to do this, I want to share, I want to do it, and it was like I just kept holding it back and just fine-tuning it, and just the little things like making the logo just right and robust and not too I'm gonna drop the Signet, pay my dues here. And I just kept waiting week after week, and then so now it's neat because it's like I look at it and I still like it, and I like the way it looks, and it's clean and crisp, and it says something, and all good stuff. Hey, Lackerding, good to see you. But yeah, I think the font's called Red October is probably the closest one to it. Where are we at? We're 1-0, currently down against the dreaded deck of the format. Everybody's copy pasting from Kung Fu Trees, I assume, because with 30 first place trophies and counting, it's pretty damn impressive. So, okay, now we just need our dude to show up. We'll pop this and always try to activate your Signet. It gets better as things go on. So, well, we definitely have enough defense against ninjas. Hopefully he taps out and we can drop 2 turns in a row, get our Guardian going on here. And it's frustrating. I'm a victim of the new card smell myself. I didn't really like the Rose at first, and then I played with it, and I'm like, oh my god. And the Brewer's mentality took over, and I put 4 of it in like 3 or 4 different decks, trying things out. I even tried it in a Zombies build with Unearth and stuff like that. And it's so damn situational. And then sometimes you feel like you're playing it for your opponent because, a lot of times they'll get control of it, and it's like, oh, I paid a card to do that, and you're just doing it. Frustrating. Oh man, this is slow as a nightmare here. What's neat about Angelic Renewal on the board, though, is it's kind of anti-F6 technology. It's like once something goes down, it's like, what? Oh, wait. It's like a what do you call emergency brake on being a jackass. I'm going to let this one roll because I want to be able to go get it with Resourceful Return and draw a card. Man, it would be so cool if Resourceful Return was an instant. Then that would be being seen play everywhere. But nope, we're going to leave that in the yard and go from there. All right, 26 life, and I don't really remember gaining life, but the wall and all that good stuff. Kung Fu Trees, Sir Win-A-Lot, says Lackard. Yeah, he should change his name. What's your favorite card from Amonkhet? Ooh, probably that, I think it's the Festering Mummy, the one that's kind of like, it's a permanent -1/1 counter, or, I don't, it's not my favorite, but, Black I thought had the best stuff. And like the Blighted Bat, that's such a cool little design, just built in like late game haste and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'd play it, but Trespasser's Curse, Wanderer and Death, those are, we'll go over that. I'm going to take after this win, lose, or draw, I'll roll to 1 or 2 commercials and then do a little set review, and then we'll play maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, rinse, repeat, and then come back for the last round if I'm still able to do anything. All right. Oh, come on, give us 1 more mana, would you? All right, well, we'll go like this, go grab this. Not that it's the greatest target, we're just after the second ability, draw a card. Against Affinity is so strong. Yeah, right now, speaking of TEs, I wouldn't even really want it. Oh yeah, Nichols, good point. That curse is awesome. I'd probably say that is my favorite. I'm so glad that curses are a thing. All right, so we are going to use this. Okay. And yeah, we'll use it. And it's back. 2 removal spells and gaining 7 life. What's he got here? Firebolt. He's drawing a little slow here. Oh, come on. Let's go. All right. Prismatic Strands, nice little ability too for those of you new to the card. It gets countered the first time if you got a white creature out. Just tap it and do it again. Because here comes a ninja, I'm pretty sure. Which I will definitely stop from shenanigans. I'll say bloop. No card for you. But it didn't help us last game, so if I lose this one, I definitely do need to consider maybe even going down to 1 rose for guild spirits or whatever the heck they're called, because yeah. Now we know he's got the sprite in his hand, so this is no good. I'd be curious to put the Gift of Orzhova on the Wall of Hope. I guess we could do that in a pinch. I don't think that person would maybe keep in much bounce, but you never want to. I think I'll wait. Be nice to drop an Auramancer or a something here. At least we're keeping him off drawing a bunch of cards. Maybe he's having the same sort of issues we are. So, Lackerding says on Facebook. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I'm kind of at a standstill here. Here we go. Let me do this. We'll go grab this. Start turning on our dead weight game plan here. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, do I eat the... I think I'm going to go after the Delver. We're going to eat a Spellstutter Sprite here. And we're going to see if he's got another one. Going to break the lock here. We're really only worried about the Delver's secrets. Oh boy, look at this. Okay. Well, we've got Prismatic. Keep us alive a little bit, but... You know, it might be worth Gift of Orzhoving the Auramancer. Being able to back it up with Prismatic Strands. He's got a Lightning Bolt in hand. We just saw the Delver flip because of that. And then being able to kind of hold stuff off. But it's not going to be able to really trade with that. It can trade with the sprites, but... Yeah, that's a desperate plea. What do you guys think of Gift of Orzhova? I mean, in theory, it's supposed to go on the Guardian, but it's only actually seen play once doing that very thing, so... I'll rock here. I don't want him to draw cards. Gotta watch my time. I'm down 4 minutes and a game against a very superior deck, so... He's got another sprite in hand. Good grief. You know what? No, that's folly. Oh, no, he's got a bolt and a sprite in his hand. Nickel says, oh, we're already chatting with each other. Sorry to, I mean to narrate everything. I think we're going to use our dead weight as just a... Probably going to eat a bolt, what, on the Auramancer? Maybe the wall. Yeah. Take 3. Shoot. Looks like we're headed for 1-1 here, guys. I know we're at 32, but as we've seen, this deck can really turn it up pretty fast. We will get rid of extra men. Lightning bolts out. We've got 1 sprite in his hand that we know of. Another ponder to set it up. 8686 says, all in favor of the 4 teachings. Yeah, if I have counter magic, the ability to discard, I'm a lot more interested in that scenario, but we're trying to get the Spellstutter to come out and play here. There we go, and hopefully he doesn't have another one behind this. It's right now killing that Delver's a lot better than this. Like right now, I don't really even want TE, but it is nice when I'm able to churn over stinkweeds to go grab it with Auramancer. I think of the 4 Auramancers as Tortured Existence 2, 3, 4, and 5. This feels very folly in a Orzhov shell for me anyway. I just like it as a one of. I've even thought of dropping Pestilence to a one of, but that one I do like to see a little bit more, and there's a chance that it could get maybe eaten by permanent removal, so I like to have access to it. Nerd of course says, why did you hit the 3-2 and not the ninja? I got a lot more answers on the ground for the ninja. I don't have many in the air. And I know it's might be able to pull more threats, but things like missionary and stuff gonna little hand here. Best band name, says Cat Party 88. Cat Party 88 is a pretty cool name. In 1988, maybe. Or 2088, who knows. Here we go, off to black. And one matchup I had gotten just drop kicked with was mono black control. And it was very weird. I've only played it once, and both games 1 and 2, it just felt, I was like, oh, got this one, no problem. And boy, that Gary came back, and so we might be in trouble, is what I'm trying to say. To activate, I'm gonna, just in case we don't draw land next turn, I'm gonna bring this out and just pay our dues right now with this, and get our imp out there to eat some edicts and stuff like that. My kids look like kobolds, says Lackerding. Yes, Kunz Phrasen, earlier on you said lost to Delver. Yeah, it's Delver with a hard R, but it's still Delver. I'm going to play this just to, I kind of want to eat removal and turn on our Auramancer more than just the one target we've got here. So I like to bring this out against black, because usually their removal takes 2 or 3 mana and it kind of time walks them. So DNA, says Lackerding. Cat Party. Every kid is a kobold without proper nutrition and hydration. Yes. And every pauper above the age of 21 knows all about hydration situations. At least I do, especially on the weekends. Come on. Now, I'm really nervous here because started out strong, red deck wins, then we just got drop kicked by Delver. And now, as I've previously noted, we're going up against Sofar, which was one of the only matchups that just seemed dreadful. The player I was playing, though, was really strong. He Undying Evil'd his own Gary and then Chainer's Edict himself when he had like quite a bit of stuff on the stack. I think it ended up like draining my life for like 14 at the time. It was pretty brutal. Oh man, how fun is Dead Weight with Witches? It's like, good luck activating that once. I'm not going to bring it back yet because I want to draw a land. Perfect. And we want to go like this. Do we have? Oh, we have double Auramancer. I'd rather just get rid of the problem here. Hopefully our Auramancer lives enough, or we can maybe get another land or 2 out, and then we can start activating Stinkweed to just kind of eat the edict effects while the Guardians take over. That's the theory anyway. It wasn't good enough the first time I played. Ambition 333. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned you before. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for joining us and all that stuff. Canada has paupers too. That's right. A lot of them too. I love Canada. I've got to get up that way like permanently. Been up to the fjords above British Columbia up there. Had a really neat kayaking trip for like 2 weeks. That was so cool. The Battle of Disfigure versus Dead Weight. Did I just do that? I thought... I'm playing dumb here. I swore I had... yeah, I killed the... How did my... Am I going crazy? Where did my Dead Weight go? I killed the rat. Oh, then I got it back. I was like, God, did I forget a step? Bloody Scythe. Good to see you. Hello, Tiny Chat people. The hydration initiation happens at 19 here. Good point. Yes. It's going to be happening in about 6 more hours for me. Rack up a few more of these nice losses. There's such a thing. I'm going to hold off on the imp just a little bit longer. Ooh, font's a nice call. Let's see. Don't have that. I'm going to drop font and go to town here. Now I do want to activate the imp. Now, you might think Ancestral Recall is dead in Pauper, but there are some scenarios where it happens, and if you have access to black mana, this can feel like Ancestral Mask, and it's like a cheating Ancestral Mask. It's like the 3 cards you want, not some lands. All right, here we are. We will activate any order. Hey, look at that. Good times. There's our Tortured Existence. We'll go grab it. Shirazman says, Loop Loops was meant to be the Boss Ross emote. Sorry. Oh, Pydrilla says, reminds me of a crazy old uncle at Thanksgiving showing us he has dance moves. Yeah, one of these, maybe we'll have a New Year's Eve party one of these years and get a little tipsy on camera. I don't know. I make enough play mistakes when I'm playing live anyway. I don't need any help with the hydration situation. So did you hear that on Monday after the pre-release, Amonkhet will be available on MTGO? That's 4 days earlier than the paper release. Woohoo! It's just I'm not in a hurry to really play much of any of the new set. A few cards here and there. I think I'll probably get 4 of this. I'll go over that in a little bit, but there's our Tortured Existence of 1, and if it dies, that's cool. We'll bring it back and go get it again with Auramancer, because it's like playing 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And look at that. We got 1, 2, 3 cards for the Font of Return. Feeling good. He doesn't have much pressure on us here. Don't want to negate this, though. We don't have much of a life package out yet, and if Gary shows up, we're going to be in single digits. So, here we are. All right. I think it was the player Sneak Attack Kid a few years ago that had the most consistent wins. Maybe you can back up the name or correct me, Nerd of the Core, about that. He was pretty darn consistent there. Let's see. We got Deadweight. We got Auramancer. We got lots of stuff. I'll go do that. Discard this. Go get another Deadweight. Boom, 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 boop. Oh, Angelic Renewal. That's the one I want. I want to drop Angelic Renewal, and then we'll have Edict Insurance with our Guardians there. So we're 1-1. This is game 3 against Mono Black. We beat Red Deck Wins. We lost badly to Delver with a capital R, the Scredge and Mountains variety, and now we're up against it with Mono Black. He's hit his mana. Here comes Gary, I bet. Yep. Smack. Now we do want to activate the Imp so we can go start gaining some life, because this is going to get grim quick. You're leaving yourself vulnerable to Bojuka Bog, it feels like. Yeah, it's true of any deck that relies on that. There's always a vulnerability with any strategy. Just got to time when to go all out and stuff. That's why I kind of like Font of Return. If they do blow it out, then you just kind of rinse repeat. And it's yet another reason to run four Stinkweeds. Alright, any order? Yeah, we don't have many order issues here. Ooh, let's see. That could neuter that, and that wouldn't even matter. Bring that out. Gosh darn. What we need to do is start. He's going to double ping that. We can do that. I think we need to dead weight one of the witches here. So we take off with the ping ability. And then I'll drop the Stinkweed. Pretty sure nothing you do matters. They have the second Gary. Yeah, that's kind of true. Boom, boom, boom. Sure, it's fun trying. Or if, like, the player I was playing 2 days ago has the Undying Evil Edict Yourself trick, that was pretty sweet. I might just want to ping me here, but they're going to lose a witch if they do. Alright, he's pinging. Where are we pinging? Where's this lady going? Always play super slow when you see the witches go off here, because who's he targeting here? Oh, he's targeting me. Duh. Okay. I'll target this. Our Auramancer can go grab back the dead weight. So that's one less. It probably says he doesn't have Gary there. Alright, I gotta go like that. I don't think he would want to lose 2 there. Oh, no, never mind. He'd still have it. More coffee needed. See, when I talk about things like common sets being reprinted and stuff, even if it's just for online, things like Cuombajj Witches, I mean, God, that so needs new artwork and a new, kind of the newer card design. And you do so many cool things with awesome art with that stuff. But no, they're not going to do it. Okay, we've got, I think, enough defense to maybe drop our Guardian. I could stink. Oh boy. Okay, we definitely want Guardian, or the Stinkweed's going to save the day on this one. What you got? What you got? All right. Popper Tim, how you doing? Mike Man, so what's the record? We're 1-1. We, cancel. I really kind of want to just draw a land here. Thorn of the Black Rose, not doing much here. If we play it and he goes all out, not block, any death, we're screwed on. So I'm quickly losing my affinity for that card. All right. We're going to play some Angler Insurance next turn. Oh, yeah, this... Like the first time I played mono black with this, it felt good at first, and then those Garys start hitting, and it gets grim. Nerd to the core. I think Thorn is better in decks that play land every turn, so you can maximize your mana use. Yeah, I haven't really had many issues with mana in this build. I think the problem we're running into isn't so much the mana. As you can see, our yard fills up with it when we do activate Imp. It's just trying to navigate filling up our yard Torch's existence with the tech of trying to draw the land of Lone Missionary and such. So I don't think it's the deck's fault. It's probably the pilot's. Yeah, that's a good point, Nerd to the Core. I'm feeling it myself here. But that's why and whack. That's it. I was considering, I think it's Sunshrine Expedition, they gain 8 life, but I don't know, it just seems like it slows it down even more. Maybe my deck design's getting too slow at this point and trying to get too many answers. So down one game against Mono Black. Not a fan of the Witches in this one. Don't think Prismatic Strands is going to be that good either. I'll get rid of those two. Oblivion Ring, I'll bring in both of those. Really, Black doesn't really have answers for anything to do with that stuff. I didn't see much graveyard recursion, but relics are always going to be good in this matchup. These kill just about everything in it or neuter it to the point where we really like it. And the Thorn of the Black Rose, we're actually going to keep those in. Oblivion Ring, Auramancer, Stinkweed, Resourceful Return, Skyfisher. I mean, we're at land now. Do I bring in the Gift of Orzhova? Don't want to start leaning on that too much. It's not quite what it's for. Raven's Crime might be able to deplete the Garys there, but as noted by Alex earlier, we kind of feeling a little thirsty for land. Not sure if Crypt Rats is the answer there, so I think I'll lose Crypt Rats. We'll just go with the package of Pestilence there. And I think I'll bring in a relic just in case, just one. We'll go like this and see. Optimally, we're going to have like an Angelic Renewal with a Guardian out there and maybe like a wall. Because Walls of Hope, if they show up, really ruin ninjas and mono black control outside of Gary or like a flying Liliana Spectre. So the Expedition, yes. That's the card. Sunshrine Expedition, I believe. Ooh, boy, talk about a blah hand, huh? Just kind of like, didn't feel all that great. We've got it early on, but I'm going to throw this back, guys. 5 lands, creature that slows down. We'll mulligan this. We'll keep this. And we got the Pestilence package. Boy. Draw that. I'm actually going to throw this on the bottom. Really want to be hitting our lands here consistently. I sure wish they didn't make the differential between aura and enchantment. It would have made things a lot cooler to be able to go fetch a the Heliod's Pilgrim to go grab Pestilence. How cool would that be if that worked? But those guys up in Renton, Washington are pretty smart cookies. They don't tend to make many mistakes, so strange he kept that in. I think I would have taken that out, but it is a very good trigger for, you know what. I'll drop the font. I'll drop the Barrens, and we'll go to town. I'll probably remove it with the Oblivion Ring just because so much other stuff trades evenly. Yeah. I'll We'll just do that now. Of course, if he kills it, I'm going to have to eat something of my own. That would suck. That could technically be interpreted as a misplay, but he just mentioned it a bit ago, says Nichols. What? Mention what? What's going on here? I had a question. How'd you come up with the Pauperganda logo? I really dig it. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it's very heavily based on the Boros Signet, so use that as inspiration, because a lot of times in advertising, you want to call up memories of things, and there's not so much even the Boros symbol. There's so many, especially outside of Russia in the last 100 years, and all the it's hard for me to say the correct word, propaganda. I say Pauperganda so often. Even my kids, they had a history assignment the other day, and they were supposed to say propaganda, and they said Pauperganda, but nobody caught it. But there's so much of that, like justice and unity and all us, and it was such a slam dunk, and kind of the rays of sunlight, and the old Soviet art I've always liked, and redesigned the fist quite a bit. If you look closely, it's actually meant to look similar, but it is pretty different. All right, boy, oh boy, this is sucking. I gotta stay focused here. Let's get rid of some stuff. I guess we're just gonna play a Skyfisher, gain a life, maybe draw an edict. I don't know. Skyfishers are really good against mono black too. Just that 3 backside is just paramount. So good. Here we are. And I might just trip the relic depending on what we see here. Okay, man, it's almost like the infringement of intellectual property rights. Yeah, that stuff's so loosey-goosey. And I had quite a few different designs. But again, you just want to call homage back to what people know. I mean, a lot of people that play Magic, they can just see that symbol and be like, hey, wait a minute, that reminds me of something. And then, or if they play a lot, they'll be like, that reminds me of Boros. I'm going to trip. And to rub it in, here we are. All right. Well, try to keep things a little bit set up here. Let me open up the graveyard. Yeah, no, I went through many emails. That's the least of our worries of a logo looking similar. It's like, gosh, with all the mana tap symbols, and when you start something as I don't know what the word is, all-encompassing as Pauperganda was in scope and how much work in many hundreds of hours it was going to take me to edit a lot of that stuff. There's you really try to do the legwork early and make sure that everything's on the up and up and stuff, and all you got to do is look around YouTube and stuff. There's just so much of that, and people helping out, and then it's promoting the game, so pretty rare that they will bark at that. It's like, hey, stop making us money. Stop giving us free commercials, that kind of stuff. So when looked at that light, it's pretty, but it does make you kind of lose sleep when you're a content creator. You're just like, oh my gosh, I hope nothing like this happens, because that would really, really suck. Now I'm a little cautious about this play, just because the cycling there, I'm thinking it might be a portent to meaning that he's got bogs and stuff, which is no big rarity. A lot of times they run 1 or 2. I wouldn't be worried about Wizard as much as Hasbro. Yeah, good point. The old toy conglomerates. Although, there's an argument to be said too. If Hasbro notices us, that's pretty awesome. It's like, I'll be happy to pay a little fine at that point, because that probably means I'm just existing solely on playing this game we all love. Okay. Now, I like dropping Pestilence here, because it's rare that he's going to kill Gary too, so that's what I'm going to do. And it really stops a lot of his bears from coming out. We'll drop Stinkweed next, try to start filling up our yard, maybe trip the font to go get a Guardian. And hopefully, I know it's building the framework to a skyscraper, but the one thing I think this deck needs is like some sort of accelerant. I thought of putting in maybe some, but then, I don't want to dilute it. There's not the best enchantments that add buffers outside of, Unholy Strength or things. I mean, there are some, but yeah, I don't know. We're at 19. He's at 3 life. Now we're at 17. This is all right. Drop this. I don't really want to do the stinkweed here. But I do want to do... Oops. What am I doing? Ah! There we go. I'll neuter the Gary. I don't know if that's the best move or not. Stop him from attacking us. I can attack into him. Kill it. Rinse, repeat. Something or other. We'll see. Because it doesn't turn off devotion, but we're at 19, so I'm not too worried. Haven't seen Guest Verdict in NBC in a while, says Mike Man. Yeah, I agree. There we go. Let's see. Let us go grab Skyfisher. Boink. Let's go like this. I think we'll grab the bog. Not too worried about life right now. Famous last words. What do you guys think? There's not many targets in it. Maybe one on Earth for Chittering Rats. What do you guys say? Kabira or Bog? Crossroads or Bog? First one to answer wins the prize of telling me what to do. Yeah, that's the plan, Nerd of the Core. Anybody? There's only one target for on Earth. Turn the Auramancer? Alright. I said first one gets it, you get it. Whoop. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty, there's that. I guess we can go get Skyfisher back. I want to market. Oh, a merit logger. Yeah, I was like, what you talking about? If any of us ever win the lottery, that'll be a pretty cool thing. Just make it a reality. Like, we are making merit logger. All right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. We don't have anything else, though. Should I trip that? I really, really, really want to. We've got to get the insurance out on. You know what? I'm gonna play the imp because we've got the other imp in the yard. Just gonna play it. Maybe eat some edicts. I can kill the witch. Gotta watch my time here. I gotta beat this guy twice in 13 minutes, so sorry I'm talking too much. This is the third round. We beat red deck wins, lost to Delver. We're down a game against Mono Black, which so far only have one game against, and it was just like the last game where it felt like you had a chance and then shut the door. And maybe I should run Gary, who knows? I mean, right now, that's some pretty good devotion. I'm like a twice divorced Gary wife. Like, I'm not that devoted. Okay. Yeah, and that was a misplay too. I should have left 2 swamps open. Just in case another Gary came down, I could at least nullify the result. What's really cool is at the very end of a turn, you can trip Pestilence at the very, very end, and then it'll still live to your next turn when you want to cast a creature. So, whoop, bring this back. Missionary, any order, good times. All right, so we'll grab Auramancer. You know what? I'm going to grab Dead Weight, and I'm going to kill Gary just to kill him. Fill up our yard with that stuff. And unless a bog shows up, I will throw the imp back. Go grab another one so that I can keep Chittering Rats and stuff out of the equation. Okay. You know, this is when Alex, last game you were, or Nerd of the Core, you were asking about, rat lock and stuff like that. But that's what's great about Stinkweed. You can throw it back and then you can trip it and then stop the lock from happening. So that's yet another reason I don't want to run for Tortured Existence. So we'll gladly just throw this right on top, and then as our upkeep, we'll trip the one in the yard and be good to go. Point. Take that. 2 imps, Scoured Barrens, any order. Okay. Gosh darn it, where is our good stuff? Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Trip that. No. I want to go get, well, I do that. I think I'm just going to wait and I'm going to try to trip the font. I mean, I could go get that. Let me go grab the Auramancer. Whoop. Throw this out. Use our library while we got it. Grab an Auramancer. Grab a dead weight. Kill his stuff. Keep him out of Gary range here. Dead weight. Okay. Yes. Got pep up here. My coffee's wearing off. Had some very, very late nights. How about you guys? Everybody sleeping well? Okay. He smells blood. This is scary. What's going on? So you got double Unearth, double Gary out of 2 cards. That'd be pretty hard to do, right? You can do it, Deluxe, says Mike Man. Thank you, sir. I gotta pep up. Gotta wake up. I got the 3rd round blues. It's like 3 in the afternoon. You're like, it's like, oh. I would have put it on the Witch and Pestilence for 1. You're probably right, Pauperton. Everybody's probably right except me when it comes to the old Twitch days here. If I bring this back, I can just keep doing that. I've only got 31 cards, but come on, give me a Guardian. Good grief, where is our Guardians? They're just like having a party at the bottom of the deck. It's like a bad magic trick. Okay, well, I'm going to rinse repeat here and go grab an Auramancer. Discard a creature card. We're going to kill the Ranger, too. Boom, 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 boom. Eventually, this strategy should work. You would like to think so. Dead weight. Feels like cheating. Keep making 2/2s and killing 2/2s. Variance is a hell of a drug. Could have well said. Yes, I would like to use the ability. Gosh, I almost hit no. What's going on here? And since he can kill 1, I'm just gonna it'll kill himself unless he's got some answer here. Auramancers unite! Anybody a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender? This looks so much like Tenzin in the 2nd season. Aang's son, who's like all uppity and kind of a, what do you call it's kind of a little too uptight about life. All right. Well, we definitely have Edict Insurance when our Guardian ever shows up. Lordy. What is going on here? If I trip that, yeah, I'm gonna trip the imp. Come on, Guardian. Hey, finally. Any order. Tortured Existence. You know what? After all that digging, I think I'm just gonna go for the Wall of Hope. Well, if I do Wall of Hope, he's gonna pop, activate. I'll do Guardian. Where are you, Guardian? There you are. Discard a creature. Play the awesome dude. And attack for 6. Keep in mind, got a 4-mana clock there. What is he holding? When do you guys put him on, huh? Cat Party, what do you got him on? Did we lose hope? No, I'm just losing sleep. That's the problem. How much more online this deck is with TE in play. Yeah, that is for sure. We love the or maybe I can find a way to. I don't know what I'd lose now. I'm just getting. I'm telling you, I don't. When it shows up, it's good. It's just a flexible deck. Yikes! Yeah, we got our goods. And if he kills a bunch of stuff now, we can still trip Font. We've only got 21 cards left, so we're gonna probably start avoiding the toolbox mentality here. Cancel. All right. Now, if I discard a creature card to return something, does it still get discarded? I believe it does. Lagging like crazy here. Kids must be online. Oh, sorry about that. That blows. But it's kind of a race to see if he does want to trip it, then we can trip our Font in response and at least save a lot of stuff. And we got the game here outside of, that's a lot of basic swamps. What's the probability of putting him on, he's already playing the old cards and putting him on, what's the card? The Tendrils of Corruption. Let's try to keep him honest. I'm going to do it one at a time to see what's going on here. Yeah, but in doing so, we lose the ability to react with the Font, but I guess I could have done it. But okay, yeah, we'll do that. Only got 8 minutes here, so I kind of have to go for broke here. I'm going to keep this damage on the stack so that no shenanigans of the Tendrils Persuasion can grab us here. One more, sir. Like the way the math works out on this one. If we Tendrils, then we zap them at any stage here, and we've already done our damage. So, okay, 1-1. A lot harder than it should be. Still don't think. I think we're pretty good here. I mean, I could argue maybe bring in Raven's Crime, but as Alex pointed out in the first match, kind of want all our mana here. That's why I haven't gone as retrace heavy as I like to do in many of my other builds. So 2 corrupts would hurt. Yeah, woo, says Mike Man. That's how I'm feeling, guys. Gotta like shake it out. I need like Mikey or Mickey, that old Rocky trainer, to come in and go, come on, kid. You still got it in you. There's 2 rounds left. What are you, wussy? All right. I didn't see much change of anything here. We're just gonna roll here, and hopefully we can go 2-1 and not 1-2. My son is so into Rubik's cubes. He can solve these 4x4s now in under a minute now. Crazy. It's all into algorithms and crazy stuff. Way over my head. Okay, I like this hand. Got early Edict Bait or stop all 2/2s. Life, even mana. Edict Bait, kill to go get stuff, and then we'll keep this. Only got 8 minutes, so I know I say this all the time. I'm going to try not to talk, but that's fine. I love when this happens, right? There are a lot of creatures in this deck. There's not too much else. We'll drop this, followed by another one, followed by the dun. We might have enough to just go all the way with Guardian there. This gets around a lot of their removal. I mean, put yourself in their scenario. They do not want to be playing removal on this stuff. It's like, until it's a problem and they're running into it repeatedly. I'll bring out the Barrens. Good to go. Drop their Crossroads probably next, unless we draw a land. That's fine. Now we definitely want to drop the Vault next, unless we draw a land to the Stinkweed to keep off of stuff like that happening. 2, says Shiraz. Alright. What do we got? Well, we've got the answer there. I want to set up a turn. I want to set up my turn for the Guardian here. I'll go like this. She's got another one. That's cool. Suggesting that we have an Auramancer in hand. Knowing he's playing Duress. get rid of that as quickly as possible. We got 11 minutes to 7. I do everything worse when I'm online. This is terrible. Nerd of the Course says, I get that they're cute with Pestilence, but really haven't much mattered. And that's a very honest assessment. Can't argue that. And it might be a case of cute design behind cards that are working well and such. Since I've got 2 and the other one back up, and he's going to have like double Edict here, I'm going to put out the I Stop Black Mana Spirit down. I remember when I first got into Pauper and I saw this card, I was like, holy cow. But that was back when everybody was playing Storm, and Agony Warp was in like every other control build that you saw, and that's why we get rid of Dead Weight. Another dead card. Dead. It's a dead theme. Hopefully our opponent folds of the dead persuasion more than we do here. All right. For that same reason, we're going to get rid of this. We'll put out some more Edict Insurance. And if any of you, especially you, Alex, if you've seen the list, and I'll share it later when I send a message to pauperganda@gmail.com saying, hey, saw the matches, blah blah blah, but I'd play it like this because of XYZ. Love to hear it. It's all about the hive mind, making the format awesome and better and all that stuff, but always trying to push the envelope of stuff that exists, isn't supposed to exist, whatever. All good. I press the advantage here with the Guardian. Yeah, we're good. Hit for 3. I'll probably bounce the Crossroads next turn out of just sheer respect for Gary. Maybe he's got 2 more in his hand. You never know. This could really get sideways fast. Guardian is still the biggest bomb in Pauper Cube. Oh, there's one of them. Probably keep the Imp back. All right, this is really what we want to see. This was a really good draw here. So now, if Edict does happen, stuff just starts bouncing back and forth, and it's good times. And we got more air defense. And we'll go gain some more life. Yeah. We'll come on over with these. 1, 2, yeah, we'll go like this. It's just that damn life reset, just like a lot of my decks, where it just puts them right back in. It's like, dang it. A lot of you might find this hard to believe, but when I first started Magic, I used to play for Ante, and forced Ante too. The Summer of the Black Skull, I remember. Contract from Below is my favorite card. And long story short, I used to play black a lot. I mean, a lot. It was like my favorite, Dark Ritual beats and coming out swinging. That was good times. But no card goes over the top. Wait, you lack any sort of grind cards that constitute cohesive strategies. There's little to this, little of that, little of this. Yeah, but that flexible sort of thing. We like that. We'll definitely play it here. There's not much I'm worried about. And happy to block with the Thorn here. Oh, we can't even play the Thorn. I forgot about the land destruction that just happened there. It's all right. We might have this one. Got 6 minutes. Another Gary, though. This could get kind of scary. Didn't mean to rhyme there. No more rhymes now. I mean it. Any Princess Bride fans out there? Whew, darn lag. Lag is too great. Come on, give me some life. Nope. All right. Oh, that's nice. Going over for 6. Never over. It is never, ever, ever over. Probably I'd have got rid of the dead weight there in case I do draw. What is it? Resourceful Return. Maybe this will shut the door. Got him next turn unless he's got a Corrupt or some awesome answer. He does have 1 card in his hand. If he trips the Relic, that's almost a good sign. That means he's kind of digging for anybody want a peanut? Mike Man, you win the prize, and the prize is my respect. I'm sorry, I'm a cheap bastard. Now we don't want to see Chittering Rats. Of course, if he has Chittering Rats, we win, but... Yeah, I want there to be a cool permanent that just lets you discard anything that does stuff. I love Wild Mongrel so much. Have you tried the Chewing Gum? Very good stuff. And here's the Desperation. And we might pull to 1-1 overall against black. But yeah, this is a very grindy, toolboxy sort of deck. All right, so we're 2-1 with the win there. And without further ado, guys, I'm going to... Well, I'm not going away. We're not going to commercials. I want to just review the set real quick while we're... actually, should I... I'll do the set review here real quick. I just wrote down some cards. I went over it pretty briefly. The first one that kind of caught my eye, and I'm not saying any of these are just amazing or are gonna see immediate play and stuff like that, but Gust Walker was the first one that I was like, interesting. So it's a 2-drop, 2/2. You may exert Gust Walker as it attacks. If you do, it gets +1/1/1 and flying. So that's a 3/3 flying for 2. Last I looked, Skyfishers are pretty awesome, and so are a lot of 2/2s. I think the other day I got an email. Sorry, I forgot your name. And they wanted to see the Alex. You'll remember this. The old blue-white blink decks of old with momentary blink, which arguably one of the most powerful spells in Pauper, never sees play. Why? Because you're able to take those 2 colors, condense them into just blue in a card we all love to hate, Ghostly Flicker. And I think that's probably the most common reason why we don't really see those strategies come back. But enough quality good cards like this, things like one of my favorites, Pestermite and things like that, you're able to maybe turn stuff on. I don't think it's worth bending an entire thing around, but again, if there's enough stuff overall in the course of maybe a year or two, just maybe grab 4 of these and sit on them. That's all I'm suggesting with a lot of these things. And I'm sorry to rant on Facebook, but boy, I meant it. This flavor text in this set is atrocious. It's written by kindergartners, and I usually have nothing but respect and awe of like a lot of the stuff, and it just really feels like Wizards. I'm totally guessing here. I know I might be burning bridges, but it's like they got rid of really good writers that wanted money, and they just brought in whoever at the lunch hour wanted to just chime in with their... it's awful. Just read some of it. Anyway, compelling arguments. The other good one. Target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into the graveyard, and it cycles. Not saying good deck to build around, whatever. Just again, it's one of those foundation cards. It's flexible because of cycling. The best thing about Amonkhet, I think, is the flexibility of so much cycling. Whether or not you want that or not, a lot of times you're able to just like, okay, I've got the, no, I got to go aggro now. I'm going to cycle and just come at you. So that's my reasoning for that. And then the other one was, started with the H, Hieroglyphic Illumination. I mean, look at this flavor text, right? It's a great card. Instant. It's going to be in Teachings decks probably. Although it's kind of weird with the cycling. I guess you draw it early. Who knows? It's kind of like a draw card for somebody like me that's got patience about this big. So it's like, I draw it on turn 4. Great. Turn 1, I'm cycling it. But maybe fill up the yard and go get stuff with it. But I mean, that, like the quote, the answers are here. This is the way through the trial. It's like, oh God, it's like junior reader, anyone? All right. Now off to black, which I think really excels. Blighted Bat, I'm just mentioning it because how cool is it? For one, you have haste. Yeah, early on. It's a 2/1 flyer, overcosted, but later on in the game, that might be a nice little... One of the neat things I like about Infectious Goblin, I think it is the one with Infect, is nobody sees a hasted creature coming at you with Infect, and I just love when black has a little bit of haste in it. And it kind of makes sense because rabies and things like that in nature would make something kind of rabid, and it's pretty close to red, so let me check up. Blink was solid, says Nerdicore. Let me check up on the chat. I like the flavor text. What do you mean written by kindergartners? I mentioned on Facebook. I defended it up the wazoo, so look at that. Lackerding says, love the flavor text of the Uthin Troll and Granite Gargoyle. I'll have to check those out because I've looked at like maybe 10 flavor texts and like 9 of them I'm like, good grief. Anyway, all that stuff's on Facebook. Big F Monster, thanks for chiming in. I wish Mark would write flavor text again. He made the cards fun to play. Totally agree with that. Mike, man, we'll start seeing lots of cyclists in the Pauper community. Oh, yeah, duh. All right, so the next card, Festering Mummy, was the next one that caught my eye. If anybody's bored or wondering, 1/1 for 1 zombie. When it dies, you can put a -1/1 counter on target creature. Two key things. You can't sacrifice it, which sucks, but that's a counter. It's not till the end of turn, so it's just on my radar. I'm going to pick up 4, and maybe when I'll probably be here in 5 months talking about how I like the card and deck X, Y, and Z. Who knows? And talk about art. Look at this art for Horror of the Broken Lands. That's a demon. That's about my only critique of this card. It shouldn't be a horror. It should be a demon. That thing looks badass. It was like it was dipped in like ink steel or something like halfway just to torture it even more and burn it or something. And I love how the horns align with the horizon line and it's a little off center. This is a lot of art references there, but not so much the card, but boy, just love. I'm gonna grab this card just because I like looking at it. It's I love it. Scarab Feast, I think, is the next one I wrote down. Yeah, it's all right. Cycling, get it early. You want to go aggro, like I was mentioning before. You cycle it, draw it late, sit on it. Disrupt something. I still think Fairy Macabre and Relic's better, so I don't think this will see any play, but it's just good to have out there. Trespasser's Curse, probably my favorite one in the set. The Aura enchant player, whenever the creature enters the battlefield under that player's control, player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I love TikTok strategies, just being able to clear the board. Caligula style is I'm fond of saying, and that's good times. And Wanderer of Death, pretty interesting. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand or cycle. So, again, you draw this early, go get something else, draw it late. Oh my god, this card's awesome. So that's a pretty cool one. The only thing in red that caught my eye was the Volley, Blazing Volley. Slow. It's hard to say slower because Electricity is instant, but you know what I mean. For 1 mana, being able to do a Tremor effect. It's Tremor again, but a lot of people don't know about Tremor, so might be new to some people. But that's about it for red. And then green, I have Benefaction was the first one that caught me. The very first one. Because of cards like Commune with the Gods, when you get that apex of 8, 10, 12 cards that all do the same thing with like very similar mana or cost, you really start to just kind of bank it because it'll turn into something just amazing later on. So reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Sound familiar? You put a creature or enchantment from them in your hand. Sound familiar? Put the rest in the graveyard. It's almost like they thought Commune with the Gods was a mistake. We'll make, it was just too powerful, so we added 1 mana to it. But if you need copies 5 through 8, this might be a way to go with that. Gift of something or other. My writing is atrocious. Gift of Paradise. Pretty cool card. Enchant land, you get 3 life, and you tap it. So imagine you paid 3 for it, you put it 3 for it, FOR. You put it on another land, and then that gives you 2 mana. Pretty cool investment. Of any one color, you can't mix and match it, but often you don't need to. I think it's decent artwork. It's pretty cool. So, and then what in the hell did I just write? The Initiates of something, I think. HI. This cat's pretty neat. I mean, a 3/1 for 2. Who's going to complain about that? And being able to, I'm sure it's more of a limited speed green deck that's going to see it, but wouldn't count it out completely. Initiate's Companion. Where did that go? 8. I thought I wrote that. Where's the Companion? The Companion. What am I talking about here? Going crazy. Got to write. Oh yeah, I was just talking about it. Sorry about that. 6 Sense. Pretty cool card. I really like how they're giving green the ability to draw. Everybody knows I love forests, so enchant creature for 1 green. Whenever this creature deals damage to a player, you may draw a card. But I just don't see where this goes. Stompy wants to just kill you, infect and other things. I'm sure it'll happen. But another one. Just oops. What am I talking about? 6. I thought that was a common. I apologize. Scratch that. Shows my lack of coffee this morning. Never mind. See, but it's funny, the power level of Pauper. I still kind of was trying to find a place for putting that, even if it was a common, but it isn't. This is what I meant. This little half and half symbol, sometimes it pulls off. The stinging shot. I don't think this card's as good as I thought it was at first because it just deals with 1 card. So, and then there's not much else. The lands I'm not too impressed with and such. So going to go in round 4 here and hope catch up on the Cat Party says Biker Rights. Mac Mans, it seems like they pair really well with Suture Priest. Yeah, that curse is going to be pretty cool. You can sacrifice the cause dies to the trigger unless something changed recently that I don't know about, which is possible, says Pauperganda. Be back in a bit, says Nerd of the Core. And I looked up, dies trigger with sacrifice. Cat Party 88. Benefaction and or letting you choose the enchantment and creature. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I caught that. Let me see. Where is that? While we're waiting for our opponent. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card and or enchantment card. Oh, so that's very worth the 1. Thank you for catching that. See, that's Love it. I completely missed that. Ken Waku, thanks for joining us. Gift of Paradise is going to be my free combo deck. Yeah, that's a good card. Boy, whenever you can just couple stuff together. So we're 2-1. Again, we got a pretty decent hand here. We're going to keep. Not knowing what we're up against, we don't have a turn 2 play, so I'm probably going to favor dropping the Wall of Hope and hoping for the best. Especially with ninjas and spell stutter sprites about. Unless we draw something just amazing here. I don't want to walk into a spell stutter sprite. I'd rather him have to use a daze right now. If in fact that's what we're playing against, but alright, cool. We got our ninja insurance out. And it's not snow covered, everybody, so we might stand a chance, especially compared to our second round. That was a beating. You can slap it on any land and make UU, says Kinwaku, so you could tutor up a Darksteel Citadel with Trinket Mage and then gift to go off. Very cool. Looks like we're up against Demir so far. That's what I'll write for my notes anyway. And here we are. Haven't seen much hit the graveyard that matters. I'm going to set this and forget it. We can, with our Den or Vault, we can power out an Auramancer or an Imp next turn. Obviously not many reasons to do the one over the other. Okay. It's another reason I love this wall. There's just so much stuff that's 2/2 or less or 1/3s, and it just stops that pinging mentality of what the popular matchups are. So again, we put this out here not because we think it's going to do much, but because it's going to hopefully draw removal. I don't know why people like to kill the Imp. That's what if you're playing against Imp, let it live, unless obviously you're under like 5 life or something and it's pinging you to death. It's just it's such a good card, and it wants to die. I think he was just thinking that, like, it's like, no, don't kill it. It's ridiculous. Okay. I sense exclude here. So what I want to do, we'll pay our insurance policy here. If it gets countered, that's cool. We'll pay the Auramancer next turn. And if something of quality goes in the yard here, we're going to bog. Okay. Interesting. Did they counter it? No. We'll bring this back, and I'm sure glad that died. Love, love, love when people kill the Imp. Now, if they follow it up with a bog, good play. Otherwise, I don't know. Of course, I don't see many people play Imp without an excessively hard graveyard strategy, but you never know. What's he got? Let's go like this. We'll trip this because we have Auramancer next. Take that, mister. We'll bring back the Imp. We have plenty of land. Not really caring about this other stuff. We can't really do much else, so I'm gonna cast the Auramancer and hope for the best. I'll go get our Angelic Renewal. Set up a yes, I want to use the ability. We'll set up the Renewal Imp wall to prevent edicts, and then we'll start marching in with the Guardian with Angelic backup. So I play Aristocrat, says Lackerding. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Ooh, the rose. See, even here though, if that. Well, you know what? I think I want to play the Guardian now. Then we'll play the Imp next. Sit back. Once the Muldrifter is dead, I might play. You know what? What am I trying to say? The Thorn of the Black Rose. But it's funny, I'm always critiquing people like, hey, quit getting that new card smell, and I'm usually not affected by it. But the Black Rose one caught me a little bit. I was kind of shoving it in things, and I was on what is Discord, the Discord app for Pauper. You guys ought to all check that out if you haven't already. It's great community. It's very solidified with just Pauper and stuff. Love this play. We're going to be able to double Imp. It's like, please counter this. I'd love to bring this stuff back. But anyway, it's a great community, and they were just like, play 4, and I was like, well, all right. And so This deck started with 4, and went from there. I don't know if we draw Pestilence here, this is going to be very good times. And so far, I've got a really good record against Dimir. On paper, I look at it and I go, oh man, I don't want to face this, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah, we've got so much stuff here. I don't know if I want to trip this. I'm not going to trip it. He might have Agony Warp, and our claim to fame here is going to be this Guardian, so we'll see. I'm building a red-black Aristocrats deck, says Leckerding. Oh, okay. Very cool. I sure like that vampire, the artifact vampire you see in some Trinket Mage builds. It's pretty cool. If anybody knows that card, maybe have a MTG bot bring it up. But good grief, we're at the 2-hour mark, and I've got another round after this. This 5-round stuff's tough, I tell you. Dang it, says Tusnara. You want to join? Deleted link. Oh, sorry. Send it to Shiraz. He'll hook you up. Sorry, I was just when I first started Twitch, and I didn't quite know much of anything, and I was of the opinion like, well, I know a lot of kids like Magic, so I try to keep my swearing down to words that could. Oh, look at this! What a strange play. I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Let's do it. I'll call your bluff. Take that, sucker. Unless he's got, nope. Nope. We're going to keep that for our good stuff, please. Cancel that. Actually, no, if he's got, let's see, 3, 6, 7, he's got Edict Math. He can kill something. I don't know. This is tough. If he has 2 removal spells, the Rose gets in and we're screwed. I'm going to sit back on this and attack here. We'll trade with the rats, no problem. I don't want to see is a rat lock happen, but if it does, we'll just trip our Stinkweed to answer the earlier question by Ullman. Happy to trade. Happy indeed. They got like a ninja maybe? Actually, if we bring that back, that's a pretty cool move actually. We'll go like this, and we'll go get the Angelic Renewal back. Dun dun dun. What's he got? What's he got? Oh, is he banking on that's why I really love that Angelic Renewal Auramancer combo. Shirazman says, needed a new mic for my headset. Then I'll download it. Haven't joined a bit. Been a bit busy. Yeah, Bleak Clove and Vampires. That thing's pretty badass. I still need to make a deck with that. Sea Gates. Wow. I know I mentioned this a few weeks ago, but see this thing he's holding? It looks kind of reminds me of the surrounding artwork for an actual astrolabe, which is a seafaring device of about 200 years ago. That was kind of the iPad of back then, or iPhone, I should say. Very cool gift if you ever look one up and need some sort of weird sort of trinket for your loved one. That's a very cool thing to get. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to favor this being countered over this. And we'll go in here. Go like this. Come on. God, but see, this is the problem with that Black Rose. It's even against the matchup where it's a very good card to bring in. It's like, you just don't want to pull the trigger. So I'm not sold on Black Rose. I mean, maybe this deck would be better without it. Who knows? Maybe we wouldn't have lost that one. I think we were holding it in one of that game we lost against Delver. I think, don't like this. What's this? What's he grabbing? Let me double check here. He's grabbing Chainer's Edict. Okay. Well, there could be a problem with that stuff. So card advantage, I guess. Do it. Play it. I'll sack this, and I'll bring it back. So I got 2 blockers instead of 1. What you got, sucker? Come on now. Oh, I don't mean to ignore people, but when I type, to my opponents and stuff like that, I end up, boy, we're going to have to bring in a lot of graveyard hate here. He's grabbing Rats and Moldrifter. And what else? Oh boy. Really? Okay. Interesting. Moldrifter's in the house. Cancel that. Don't need another land. Gosh darn it. Black Rose time? I think so. Hopefully we draw some answer here. Just getting impatient. I know he's got the returning edict. Come on, draw something we need. We just need some answers here. So I took out like a lot of spells like read the bones and things like that, with the logic being that we were going to be able to use this, but not quite sure if it's working out that way. No, that guy is not as important as being rat locked out, so I think I'm going to trip the Stinkweed too. You the Monarch! So far. Maybe not for long if he's willing to sacrifice something here. We'll see. What's this treachery? Maybe he's got some... Nope. Huh. Sitting on an exclude, maybe? That's why he didn't go all out there. Ooh, there we go. All right. Yeah, I'll lose this one. He loses 2 creatures if he tries to be the Monarch, but it's a good trade-off, I would think. Do you do it? He's doing it. It's probably a good idea. I'm hellbent. He's got 3 cards. I will, and I get it back though, but let's not forget that. But I like getting rid of our Auramancer as much as I can here. Yes, sir. You get that back. And I do believe I'll trip. Well, no, I'm going to just draw because I'll gain life. And we got a blocker for the rats. And I'll go in like this and become the Monarch. Hope for the best. It's good to be king, says Mike Man. I'm not feeling like a king, that's for sure. We're 2-1 and it's hard fought. But that's what makes it fun. Sometime soon I'll probably have to just play goblins or something like bleh. Just give me a little break. Here we are. We're back to being the Monarch. Gotta talk like a golfer's game here. So our opponent has a Seagate Oracle and Chittering Rats. The Stinkweed buys the farm. Down it goes. Deluxekoff used to use quicksand for scenarios just like this, but now I'm slowly turning into William Shatner. Sorry about that. Monarch is pretty bad when you run no instants. That's a good observation too. I am really thinking of losing it altogether in this list. I keep getting it back though with our Guardian, but what is this? Oh, okay. Now we don't like the rat lock. Well, yeah, we do. I'll just go get an imp. No dead draw for me. Come on, imp. That's why I was trying the unearth zombie critters in the second build I did of Black Rose style decks. That was pretty cool. Let's see. I'm kind of just trading Monarch abilities just because of the Guardian here, but I sure wish it drew before how much better would the card be there. But it's funny how, the first couple times I played it, it was just like, holy crap, this thing's so powerful. And then, people get used to it, and the design slowly started decaying from there. So one of the very few cards I bought at kind of a high end. I think it was like $13 for all 4 of them, but fun design. I'm sure there'll be some amazing eureka moment that happens with something, but my initial thought was to go Rakdos with it, but I think the best I did was 3/2, and then I had a lot of 1/4s with that outing, so that wasn't too much fun. Even though we've tripped Stinkweed so many times, our opponent has drawn more than us, so that says a lot. We'll kill the Mole Drifter. Bring back the Imp. I hate how this looks like it draws them 3 cards. It's only 1 still. Oh, that's right. I forgot the way I've beaten Dimir in the past. It's been by card out because of this same scenario. Of course, I better watch it with the Stinkweed. I'm just doing this for Edict Insurance. I'll bring this out. I'll bring this back. And we'll become the Monarch. Or not. Not. Yeah, we will. Let's keep this love race going. Oh, God. A terrible card to draw. All right. Come on. Come on. Here it is. Boink. Boink. Oh, he's got enough to bring it back again. All right. So the name of the game now is Survival. If we can bring back Imp and make him draw out and stop worrying about being the Monarch. Now we're at 9. That's not going to happen. Surprising. It doesn't feel like we're 2-1. It feels like we're like 0-3, doesn't it? But hey, that's what makes this game so great. This trial and error, good times. Ooh, there's our... That might make a difference. The old Prismatic Strands. Come on, Chainer's Edict. Go and get you some. 18 to 21. He's got us on everything. He's got us on time, on life, and on cards now. We don't have a white creature for our strands. Is it the other one? There it is. At least he's using these and we're not getting a... What do you call the... Archaeomage, I think it is. Yeah, this is... He's probably got counter magic by now. And 9 cards. Like, what's he discarding? Maybe a land? Let's see. Nope. Wow. That's intimidating. 2 really good cards he discards. This won't win us it. Pestilence will. And it is not in our yard yet. Oh, there's 1 in our yard. So we'll draw to our outs maybe. And we've got strands here. But here comes a counter spell, I'm almost sure. Yep. Okay. Down a game against Dimir. That's a big L. Goblins is great, says Tessanara. Yes. Monarch is... Its card advantage is a... Oh, you can say it. Just write itch. I always itch when I think about card advantage. All right. Witches. Out. Crypt Rats. Out. I do like Thorn in this matchup. Didn't feel it that game, but going to want lots of relics. Bring in, and our Raven's Crime. Contaminated Ground, not really. Prismatic Strands can go. Resourceful Return. Font of Return's really good. I always like to gain life. Angelic Renewal really shined in that game, even though we lost it. Pestilence. Might be able to cut one of those. However, he's going to be clamoring for our graveyard. Something as silly as bringing in an Oblivion Ring might be a good call to make him trip it so that we can get it back with Skyfisher and then at least still have access to our graveyard. So I like that plan. Maybe lose 1 Missionary and 1 Wall of Hope. I think I'm going to go with this plan. Yes, a female dog, says Lackerding. All right, here we are. Another bathroom break after this, some commercials, then we'll come back for the last round, and hopefully I'm still upright. Ugh. Tell you 5 rounds is hard. I got to start playing goblins and stuff. Stompy, goblins. Once Stumpy gets unpopular, I'll play it. That's the plan anyway. Here we go. All right. Mana's all right. Got some good defense early. Just good enough to keep. Mostly because of this. If we get this killed early on. Hopefully he wants to kill the Imp. I really like Resourceful Return. Just digging that card. Here we are. I know Tassanara mentioned it earlier, but you guys like the white background for the text, or is it too blown out? I can't quite see right. Whoa! Oh God, I just F6 myself. See, playing live 101. There we go. F6. Just not on Twitch. Says you always play 5 rounds, just not on Twitch. Oh, that's true. Yeah, good point. Never thought of it that way. That's like one of my favorite comedians, Stephen Wright. I cut his trailer a long time ago. It was like 7 or 8 years ago. I love that. He had that observation. He was like, what he said, he was talking about a death in the family. I mean, only he could turn that into something funny. He was like, he died instantly. And then you start thinking about it, and it's like, yeah, of course, everybody dies instantly. It's like, you know, you exist, you don't exist. There's a finite point where you stop existing. And so cancer, everything, everybody dies instantly. So I just thought that was a really funny observation. Reminded me of what you just said there. Lackarding. A lot of good comedians out there. All right, here we go. Do we walk into the counterspell? I want to. Counterspell, please. Fill up our graveyard, please. Nope. All right. Well, at least we'll eat the edict with the stinkweed. Nothing of substance here? What's going on? Does this say think twice maybe? Nope. Hey, boy, we like that play. It's wonderful. That feels like a 2-for-1 there, unless he follows it up with a bog, but I tell you, boy, the more I listen to the guy, I know he seems like a meathead in real life, just like because he's in the MMA world, but Joe Rogan's podcast is amazing, and I've every week I get more and more respect for him just as a mind. He's really on it. He knows his stuff, and yeah, just very, very, very impressed. Boy, we didn't get much there, did we? Yeah, maybe we should draw the card. I'll slow roll it. We'll drop the imp. Attack, maybe eat some removal, and then remove the yard because he's coming up on, you know what math, the Auramancer. Guardian. I wish. All right. We are going all out with Black Rose next turn. I promise. We got our defenses up. What's this guy talking about? We can kill stuff. Flying mole drifters and such. Come on, mole drifter. Where you at? Speak of the devil. Boink. All right. Now we won't cast Black Rose. I was lying unless we draw a land. Because I want to be able to do a dead weight. Cancel. Hey. All right. I wasn't lying. Never lied a day in my life. Told you all that. That's how it goes. Here we go. Caffeine's kicking back in. Round number 2. Getting it back. Of course, it always correlates with good board position, right? When you're getting beat down, the voice goes... You slow down, things get more and more boring and hopeless. And let's not forget I F6'd myself this game, so this would even be a little bit better tempo if it was the other way around. So, who's Joe Rogan and what does he do? Cat Party 88. Do yourself a favor, iTunes, podcast, whatever is on your phone. Look up Joe Rogan podcast. And at first I thought, because I'm an MMA fan, I thought it was just going to be about that. And about 1 in 8 are. But he has scientists of stem cells on. He'll have, he had a female soccer player that was just, they were talking about reaction time. They've had poker players. I mean, it's so fascinating. And the best shows are ones that you start listening to and you're like, I don't care about that. And then like, all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, that's cool. I want to check that out. I'll lose the imp. I was thinking I'd get back Dreadful Return and stuff, but if he follows this up with that see, even that was... Whatever I do on Twitch is usually the wrong thing. It's like... Because if he followed that up with Bog, I'd be really out of it as opposed to the other side. But pretty easy to critique me when I'm playing this way. That's for sure. All right. We'll go like this. I'm going to Resourceful Return. Auramancer, probably? No, Guardian. Guardian, good times. And draw a card, hopefully. I sense the... cancel. Let's just draw a card. Okay. More Edict Bait. And we'll bring out We'll bring back the bog because there's a edict in the yard. Let's see. Hit him for 3, maybe? Nope. Dead meat, just 1. Bum, 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 bum. Joe Rogan, yeah. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, my other favorite podcast I've talked about before is Star Talk Radio. I'm the biggest fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson and everybody like him. And Bill Nye, the Science Guy, and his new show on Netflix coming out soon. Make sure to not miss that. A lot of good stuff out there. Stuff that matters. People saving the world. Smuts Bootin'. Joe Rogan Experience. Available on YouTube too if you can't be bothered with grinding the whole podcast. That's a good point. Thank you for... Yeah, if you're just sitting at your computer, just YouTube them and hit play and minimize it in the background and you're good to go. Out comes Edict. Probably. Yeah. What do we got? Yeah, Edict. All right. Yeah. Another cool... That's how I found out how cool the... Henry Rollins is as a person. Good grief, what a fascinating human being he is. I'm going to save that for next turn. Cancel that. 1, 2, 2 gets me 1, 3, 4. I want to kill this right away. To go like this. Get rid of all this stuff. 1, 2. And it'll get me that. This will get me this, with this, to this. And our imp will eat it next turn. Oh, why didn't I attack with both? Hopefully I don't lose with him at 1 life. That would suck. Let's cancel. Cool. Relic in the house. 5 mana. Henry Rollins' episode was nice. Yes, says Smuts Bootin'. Yeah, that was fascinating. You always just think of him as like this yells a lot dude that's just kind of belligerent and all over the place. And boy, just what a fascinating human. 6 mana. Down comes the Edict. Ugh, not liking this. Edicts for days. All right, 2, 4, 6, 7 he's got. He can only activate it once. Bring back the Stinkweed. Uh-oh, nope. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. If he has another land, he can double Edict, but I got to roll that route. I'll go from here. Definitely don't want to trip this both ways. Now he's got to see the way because he's going to Edict. We're going to have to eat it with Imp. So I'm just going to get in the damage here. Not that we can really stop the other. Might really surprise him to sack the Guardian there. And kill our Auramancer and hope for the best. That's a good time. A little late. Would have been really nice earlier, but I really like the return land for double mana land, and you can play Bojuka Bog again. Yeah. That's what we did a little earlier, but fortunately our Scoured Barrens is only of the 1 life persuasion. Here it comes. 2, 4, 6, 7. He can drop it back. Okay. Is he going to go all out? No, he's not. Look at this. We won. No, we lost the first one. This one we are winning, but it doesn't. It's starting to turn the tide here. At least it feels that way a little bit. I'm going to sit on this. Gosh darn it. Always choose wrong. Counter spell. Now it's looking grim. Alright, let's go get an answer. Of course, that answer is going to show up late, but at least we're grabbing a life. Bring back the bog. Yeah, I do not want to trip this. Resourceful Return. Dead weights in our yard. A lot of dead weights. guess all we need is our Auramancer, another return, something. Like, I don't need to keep drawing imps, that's for sure. I mean, it does eat edicts, but the way he's returning these things. I'm sorry, I'm going to trip this. Can't abide. I know it costs a ton of synergy there, but... And we draw a land. Yikes! I think we're going to go 2-2 here, guys. Got 11 minutes, though. It's not like he's on burn or anything. Pauper Tim says, we got to hit before counterspell hit the yard. Yeah, but this is kind of what we're after here. Sit back and hopefully he doesn't have another. This is a tough one. In case he has duress. I don't want to throw that on in case he chittering rats. I want to be able to wipe the board here. I might actually have this if we can resolve Pestilence. Okay. Five cards. Only one counterspell down. Please use your blue mana here. Try to get cutesy. Here we are. Okay. We gotta put stuff back. Alright. I actually really like this play. He's getting super greedy. Normally probably the right play, but we have Pestilence in our hand. And this is looking really good because he doesn't have an edict, or at least I don't think he does. So he really sacrificed a lot to get it there. Barrens. This for this. Go like this. 1, 2, 3. Take that. Should have sacrificed the relic right after Flicker resolved. I know. Like I said, I'm so concerned with the clock going and trying to keep this a little bit entertaining and such. Alright, we're back to being the Monarch. But how fun would it be if I didn't make any mistakes? See, and people can look and go, aha, do that better. When I watch for quality control later, I can be like, oh yeah, I was a jackass. Woo! Well, you know, I thought that relic was kind of a losing move in desperation, but boy, did it mean the difference, because he doesn't have a way of dealing with this guy, and we've got him now. I got plenty of time to win the next game. No, you're hitting okay here. There we go. Power for 1. Everybody puke at the same time. Pestilence. Okay. Any more cutesy tricks? Alright. Yeah, and always... I almost lost the other day because I was going to go all out with Pestilence, and I was like 1 by 1 in it because that same thing, he had a life land out. Card's so good. Alright. So, wake up call. Let's see. We're already pre-boarded. Yep. I think maybe to eat more edicts, I'll bring back in my 4th Wall of Hope. Take out a Resourceful Return. Call it a day. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Lackerding. Gosh, wouldn't that be cool? We go up 3-1. Sure doesn't feel like that, does it? Of course, it isn't yet. It might be 2-2. A hand like this, it might be 3-1. We'll keep this. Good luck. Back to you. If I type, my computer will go all blitzy and we'll roll the commercial on accident and stuff like that. So apologies to you, Lackdacky. I love having double relics. I love being able to trip it and get around things like compulsive research, filling up the yard a little too much, and I like the time sink involved. Of course, we're about a minute down here, so time sink's on us now. That does kind of mean the other person has to do it a little bit too often. Just seems like when they have to respond to Relic, it's like 20 seconds or something. I don't know what it is. Just why didn't you play the Orzhov Basilica? When? Last game? We wanted to keep that the Relic option, didn't we? You know what? I actually like the Bog play here. Because I want to be able to do something on turn 3 if we don't draw right. And we'll go like this. I did do that, I think. Tiny Tim 123, that's how we talk, man. That's what it's all about. Cap up. We're all about excitement, being loud and proud, and no snowflakes. So feel free to cap up if you're so inclined, in the mood, all that good stuff. Or yeah, we're all about just being loud, proud, and obnoxious. Obnoxious pauper fanatics. I could have kept that, maybe tripped the dead weight, killed it while it's on the stack with Relic, but don't F6 myself. That's just kind of the culture we started when Pauperganda started, was to talk in all caps. And to be honest, I probably would go back in time and change it because too many people were confused or whatever, but it just means we're just being happy, proud, whatever, everything about the format. I just love it. All right. He's probably sitting on counter magic, so I don't want to walk in even with an Angelic Renewal here. So I'm going to just drop Stinkweed, hopefully draw some edicts. Now, edict proof or not. Cool. I love when my Stinkweed Imp dies. It's a Pauperganda thing, I'm told, says Leckerding. That's right. Rah! It doesn't mean you have to yell, but just like you could say the whole caps thing is an internet thing. Of course, that's got us beat by a few billion people, but if you're within the Pauperganda family, especially early on, that's kind of how we roll, man. Call it capping up. This format's so much better than all the other formats. It's another reason to be excited, right? I'll cancel that. I'll slow this roll a little bit. Oh, boy. All right. More edict bait. Nobody's going to counter that, right? All right. Well, one more land. I don't want to start tripping the imp too often here. Now, we're getting close on time. Let's see. I prefer Nile to Relic. Yeah, perhaps. Yes, Lackerding. Very well said. Yes, who doesn't want to sound like death, right? We're all death in Terry Pratchett's eyes. Let's see, what don't I want? I'll put this back. We'll kill that and prevent stuff from going down. Cancel. Kill. Remove. Extend. All right. Now I'm happy bringing out the Guardian because got a little bit of Edict of Insurance here with the Relic backup. Ooh, boy. One more round after this. It's actually kind of good for my my pauper outings, I guess you could call it. Or I just want to can't overdo it too much. Like sometimes when I used to replay rounds and stuff, hour later I really felt like playing again. Now it's like, whoo, give me a nice big break. Go out to dinner or something like that. We shall see. Cancel that. I still want this. I'm going to go for it. Force that counter. Kill this. And 2 minutes down. I got to move it here. What's the time over there? Where I'm at, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Pacific Standard Time. Don't think the imp is worth it right here. I'd rather draw something like this. guess we'll bring back the Missionary. Unless it gets countered. Rock and roll. Alright, cool. We got our life going. Maybe get Stinkweed on the staff. Well, we've got Deadweight and Guardian in there. Those are two good targets. Really like to draw a Resourceful Return right about now. Grab the Guardian. Reset the plan here. I'm going to let that die and keep Angelic Renewal out on the board. Nope. Just because of the presence of the Seagate. I'd like to keep Ashen for 2, but you got enough life reset there. This one I'll bring back. Yep. Do we have any life stuff? Alright, I'll bring back the Bog. Trip this. Go and get you some. Tell you, that Angelic Renewal, I know it seems cutesy, but really, really like it in play. Happened there. Did we get... No. Good times. Alright. Auramancer. Countered. Take that, counterspell. 28 to 18. We've got a 2-mana flyer. Lots of goods. Next draw, Pestilence. Almost midnight here, says Lackerding. Oh, man. Thank you for your tenacity and sticking with us. Awesome. Anybody smell a disfigure here? Skyfisher walk over and then splat. I think that might happen, but with 5 minutes left, I've got to kind of go for it. Cancel. Ah, come on, make it worth my while. Damn it. I'm so tempted to trip the Relic here. If Skyfisher dies, I might just do it. Alrighty. Is this disfigure time? I believe so. Yep. Like this. I don't want to get rat locked. Just kind of air to the plan there. I don't want to draw Stinkweed really. It's not going to do much other than eat up more time. I really need to draw something good here. That's 3. We're at 24 now. Got the red timer telling us, watch out, you might lose on time. Should have drew before Skyfisher died. Read that well. Sometimes. Come on, can I top deck something worthy? What do you guys think? Bring back the Imp? I mean, it's just gonna elongate. Kind of want to try to play to win this one. If he's countered out, and we drop a Pestilence, there's only one counterspell down, right? 2 counterspells down. Halfway through the deck, 50% probabilities, holding it. Double Sky. Yeah, it's not looking good for our 3-1. I think we're going to be hitting the 2-2 land here. Ooh, not now though, because if we draw it now, Pestilence. Okay. This for... Yeah, I'll go with Deadweight. Let me bring the card size down here. Okay. Oh. Getting kind of grim here, guys. I think I might want to trip the Relic. Maybe next turn. Kill this. Actually, yeah. Gosh, I'd rather kill that than the Stormbound Geist. For those of you who don't know, you can kill the Stormbound Geist and then activate the Relic while it's on the stack and it doesn't come back. Same with Young Wolf. Well, a lot of players don't know about that stuff, but You get victimized in tournaments for enough years, that kind of stuff starts sticking around. Trip, says Lackerding. Yeah, I gotta get something out of it. Gotta get a creature on the stack. Gotta get something. He's really going for it here. Come on, tap out, get greedy. Let me top deck Pestilence. No. Ugh. Now I will trip. It's a downward spiral from here, folks. Oh god, you know what the odds are on this resolving? Very, very little. Pestilence. That's a good sign, unless he's just like a cat with a little dead mouse. Whoa, look at this. All right. This is where we like the Geist. Let's do this. He doesn't have... Holy crap. That advantage is no more. Well, thanks to the relic trip. Alright. Gonna watch the life here. Okay. Tripping. Oh, what am I doing again? See? Should have killed, right? Well, gotta at least try to get this out. Okay. Let's go with Basilica. And I'll bring the bog back. Hey, Deluxe was able to make it for the end of the show. Let Barn 02. Thank you. Yeah, we're 2-1 right now. Looks to be about 2-2 if my time or my opponent does anything wrong here. I'm going to take 2 anyway, so might as well kill stuff. Getting grim, getting grim. Wail of the Nim. Getting a counterspell back. Look at this. Yeah, unless we... it's actually a pretty mean little play, ain't it? Let's see if we can make him use it. Counterspell. Oh, man. Alright. We'll go like this. I'm going to trip this. And then at the very end of the turn, I'll trip Pestilence, maybe? So it lives for a turn. Keeps him off casting a creature. Hey, alright. End step. Let's kill your dude. And maybe me too. And Pestilence will live in infamy, hopefully. Hey, hey, hey. But the counterspell is still there. Dun, dun, dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, did I just screw myself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. I think I could have. Actually, Pestilence activates each time, so I can't really kill us both with that. It's a close one, but I think we're losing this one. Demir Rats hate playing against that deck. Yeah. Oh, man, come on now. But boy, we did get very lucky. I needed Pestilence, we drew it, and he didn't have the counter. I mean, that's epic. Well, he doesn't have us yet, does he? Gosh, to pull this off, got a minute left. Guardian in the yard. Come on, deck. Gotta love it even when you're losing, right? Coming in for 1. Gonna get you some. There it is. Hey, alright. We like this. I'll just play this. Probably walk into a counter spell. Wah, wah. Is it Blitz? Is it close? Oh, alright. So we're 2-2. Nailbiter, but lose to Dimir. Last round coming up in a few, right after this.
A perfect brew every time. Dawnbringer's coffee. The rarest beans. Fire roasted. A one drop of perfection. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose bold, rich, legendary flavors. Choose Dawnbringer's coffee. The angel on your shoulder.
Available at all fine Signet superstores.
We've harvested the hottest spices in all of Dominaria. We've delved deep into the forgotten caves of Kelthor to bring you the hottest sauce of any plane. Introducing Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. Our thermal alchemists have flame slashed and fire blasted only the most Syrian ingredient to bring a flame to your tongue that causes serious damage. Get tongued. Get Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. Deal 4 damage to any meal.
Available at all fine Signet superstores.
Incoming. WURM, interference override. I can't block it.
This is a worm alert. Beware of the movement known as Pauperganda. The following individuals are wanted for multiple crimes. Fugitive Rose, Litophyte, last seen escaping the planet Pauper. Fugitive Mastermind, the Lexicon, considered extremely dangerous. Citizens with information should contact the worm agent immediately. Withholding information is a violation of Phyrexian law. Generous rewards will be given to any citizens with helpful information. Wizards United Rarity Management. We care about you.
And we're back. Last one to go here. Here we are. 2-2. What you gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna redesign this. I think I can count on one finger the number of times we've liked seeing the Rose card. Just not the deck for it. But nothing like Trial by Fire, right? That's what I like to do this for. Plus I'm feeling extremely rogue lately because I made so much money selling some modern cards that I'm just like, throw it into the fire. This is alright. I'd like a little bit more white sources, but I've got early defense and, well, not much else really. Another Dimir matchup. Great! Those are the bladderly inclined, if that's even a word. I didn't have a long enough commercial to really use the restroom, so I'm a little antsy. Alright, time to walk into counter spells. Yeah, we'll play this and slow roll it. Drop a wall next. The slow versus the slow. So you go. No, you. You first. No, I insist. Affinity. Nope. Want some coffee now. It's almost 12 p.m. here. Alzik, thank you for chiming in. Good to hear from you. All right. Well, let's buy a counter spell since he's obviously wanting to counter. Go get it. I wish there was a way to make Stinkweed Imp bigger. That'd be kind of cool because then you want it to die, but then if it doesn't, you could still hit. Like when I have it in the Bone Splitter builds, like my Halloween style decks. I like it in that. Rosmond says, we lost the first round, so we're 2-2 now. Yes. Yeah, we beat Red Deck wins. We lost to the main Delver deck that's like got 30 trophies. We beat Mono Black Control, and we lost to Delver, which is usually the reverse. Usually lose to Mono Black and beat Dimir so far, but it's only like probably few matches each with that stuff. So all right, well, I'm gonna start getting some insurance policies out here. Come on, see if he kills this first, then I might bog. Till then I'll just play the Basilica because I like holding off here on the Guardian plan just because he's almost at Muldrifter math, and so if you're ever playing against Control and they're about to go to turn 5, kind of a good time to just chill. Discard a card. Alright. Sure. We'll pretend we don't think you're on Control. Now, will it be even more bait for a Mole Drifter? Darn it. Gonna have to wait a turn. It's a good sign. No offense to this player that he's playing that. Oh, this has got to be the that horror deck that couples it with recoil on top of it too. So I don't know if that one runs much counter magic. Well, let's see if you got it. Maybe he's playing, yeah, that's the one. Shirazamon's got it. Are you in Alaska? MTDJ Daydrafter says, no, I wish I was. I've never even been there. I've been close, but not to it. Love me some cold weather, but no, I'm in California. Yep. Then Rovaz. Come on. I know the bags under my eyes probably make it look like I'm in Alaska, huh? I just never see sunlight sort of thing, but hey, cool. We're going to get something out of our Bojuka Bog now. But I've been working a lot of nights this week, so I haven't been sleeping too great. Oh, coffee overload. Ooh, Bog's going to be good times. All right. Well, I don't know. Do we... I think we attack, try to pull some removal, and then we drop Guardian. Well, we can't, can we? I thought my Basilica was out, but it's not. All right. That's fine. We'll just attack for 3. Drop the Bog. Maybe drop it again. Yeah, we'll go like this. What you got, Copper? I should have cast that first. Terrible. Okay. Gotcha. How is it almost noon if you're in California? It's 5 here. It's not almost noon. It's almost 3 p.m. here. But 3 hours ago when I started this behemoth, it was noon. If I say PST on there. Do we go for it? Do we go for it? Do we go for it? I think we do, because then we'll have backup with our Resourceful Return if he counters this. Come on now. Okay. This comes through. Return the Bog. Attack for 1. What an amazing amount of damage. How is he going to survive this? Dink! Like a little fly hitting a windshield. No. 12 p.m. is when we start. Okay. Let's try this again. Resourceful Return for this. And to draw a card. Well, you got it. Now, do we play it because of counterspell, or do we leak everything out? I think we play it. Go like this. See if it lands. Eat a counter. Womp womp. Probably the worst one. Oh, nope. Hey, at least it's only a 1-for-1 there. Yeah, one of the bodybuilder. Oh yeah, like man, I was like, what are you guys talking about? And I'm like, that's right, that weird when you went jazzercise counter spell. I always thought, like, who on earth okayed that? Some weird decision there. All right, darn it. Pinging away for 1, and it's like I've only hit him once now. This is ridiculous. All right. Let's bring apart our good stuff. Cast everything. Wait for the goods. More Edict Insurance. Don't really have anything worth grabbing with the Auramancer, so I'm going to keep it back. Go eat up some delicious graveyard here. And attack for a whopping 1. Yeah, I was confused too, Shiraz. I was just like, what the hell? Kill it, please. Now, if this show's been anything, it's been kind of the show of good criticisms. And we've had there's been a lot of good insights to playing this live, and not having the echo chamber of your own mind telling you like, oh, well, it would have been different if I drew X, Y, and Z. There's 5 rounds, and we're starting to see, probably not the best fit for a Rose deck, and needs a little bit more speed for me in the future when I'm thinking this is a good idea again. Hopefully I rewatch this and I'm listening to this at the 3-hour mark. I doubt I will, but take notes afterwards and just kind of write stuff to myself. I encourage you all to do that when you get kind of tired of a deck, just be like, hey, what's going on here? I'll save the enchant. Well, no, I'll bring this back. Just because I've got Auramancer and now I have a target to bring out yet another thing, so. Cancel that. No, don't like that. Shoot. Boop. Auramancer to Angelic, back to Auramancer. Come on, Pestilence. Bum, bum. Not that's going to do too much good against Mr. Bolus there, but we can at least attack him next turn, wait for him to block, and then put on the dead weight. Remind me the Guinness World Record fingernail dude. Not familiar with that one there, Mike Man. Cancel. Come on! Son of a gun. Yeah, I guess we'll wait on that. Attack with both. Gotta watch my time. Well, we're about even. Actually, I've got him by about a half a minute. Block, block, block. Good. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Hopefully he's just got a bunch of counter spells, or I don't know why I want counter. Well, not that I play this much. Sure is neat to see Augur of Bolus. I have to admit, him and the whatchamacallit. Oh, we don't like that at all. He just got capsized. Any deck running Orzhov colors really hates capsize. A lot of decks hate capsize. Any mid-range or long deck sure does. Lackerding. Coots Phrasen says, to be honest, after watching this deck for 3 hours, the deck has a lot of little cool interactions and cute ideas, but it doesn't seem streamlined. Yeah, I've been really trying to streamline. You should have seen it about a week ago. Really does. It requires a ton of focus to play this better, and I think I could probably maybe be 3-1 right now if I wasn't on Twitch. But what are you gonna do? Last round. But no, give it a try. I'll have the list up in a while. It might be a bit because, gosh, this is like one of the longest shows we've ever had. It's crazy. Alrighty. He might kill himself with justice. And what's funny, I think the last Pestilence deck I had, one or two of you out there, you went and took the darn thing to like a 4-1 or a 5-0, or one of you out there messaged me something. I was like, oh, good for you. It's like the same list, and it worked out. So this goes to show. Uh-oh. Teachings. Anyway, I'm concerned this is going to be a time race here, so I'm really going to try to monitor the F6 button and not care so much about stuff dying. Ooh, 3 hours. Welcome. Holy cow. Something other. Come on, I'm trying to have the discipline to not just grab Imp to try to wheedle this guy down, and I just keep getting rewarded with lands. Come on, baby. And out comes C. Now, this actually isn't too bad of a thing. Yes, it sucks to get capsized, but boy, does it take up a lot of time. We got him by 2 minutes now. There's enough permanence. This kind of stuff doesn't quite really matter. Cancel that. We'll draw a problem. Play some life. Come on, give me a counterspell. And go, go, go. I'll take 10 minutes to bounce everything back. And we might be somewhere in 2 weeks. Sorry, this is not the funnest kind of twitching to watch. Tap out Pestilence would be nice. Oh, yeah. God, do we have it? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage with Pestilence on the stack. No, not going to trip that. I'm going to save that for a Guardian that might sneak through and eat an Edict and at least get something else out of it. This really showcases the power of a 3-side or 3 toughness backside with cards like the Wall of Hope or Kor Skyfisher. Like between a lot of these Caligula style decks that are really good at doing 2 damage, but not much else. And then there's these kind of cards, which will maybe elongate the match. He's at about the halfway mark in another minute or 2, so we're really going to want to extend that. I haven't seen many creatures, so I'm going to hold this and hopefully pull off a duress. If I see a Chittering Rats, I'll ditch it, but and I'm going to do some. And we'll wait, make him think like, what's he on? Another teachings, or is this a capsize? Okay. Yeah, I've often thought maybe I should play something like a I'll get it back. Yeah. Anything to elongate the game right now, because we don't have as many creatures as we probably need to be able to fight this in the first game. I mean, we do have the Angelic Renewal, which is showcased there. But hopefully we can get our Guardian online. Because of edicts and stuff like that, and the Imp, it's like you kind of almost need to counter that stuff. Otherwise, it's just going to keep eating it. Alright. Down it goes. Another edict. Another Imp. The rose just doesn't make the cut, says this column. Yeah, I'm starting to think so. Boy, you know, it's like a case of wanting it so bad, and I think I just had tunnel vision. Just I'll put it in this, I'll put it in that, and it'll work. And it's my players, and it's this, and it's that, and it's like no. It's like I said, it seems to favor both players almost equally, and then you're taking the time to put it in your deck and dilute it down. So I'm not saying I'm going to sell them off or anything. I do think you have something like a what is it called, the Phyrexian Arena sort of effect in Pauper. That's pretty powerful stuff. I just haven't cracked the shell yet of the design. Come on now. I keep being disciplined. I don't want to get decked. I don't want to really trip the Imp too much. I want to keep this long game going. Even though my backside doesn't want to keep it going, I want to get up and move and walk around, but every minute that goes by is a minute closer to 3-2 as opposed to 2-3. Which, I might add, this deck has never failed to at least go 3-2. So if it loses this one, it'll be the first, but that's not a rarity for Pauperganda because I usually bring Rogue here and play about 20% less than usual, so a 3-2 can easily go to 3 when I'm doing it live. That was an interesting choice, wasn't it? Not killing the Wall of Hope with one of his only... Now this scares me because that's old school. I like the card too, but my goodness. I think he just did it. No, I guess he didn't do it wrong because I wasn't really attacking there, but Crypt Incursion. Boy, this guy wants this game to go long, doesn't he? Alright. Mister, you have met your maker if you think you're going to out-time me. I love timeout games. Let's do this. Got a second wind. His name says it all. Arg. That's magic. It's only 4 cards in a 60-card deck. You have a 3 toughness backside, eh, Lackerding? Yeah, I think when it comes to words or insults, I probably have like a 9 toughness backside. It must be, I think it's a generational thing, though. It would be funny if Snowflake was an actual ability in Magic. Alright. Well, we've got a little trick up our sleeves, at least. If he tries to do some... I don't even know what. Let's not forget he has capsize. I think he's probably thought that it's not even worth it by now. Got him by 3.5 minutes. Cool. Got a defender all day long. I think we both got the memo. Let's play a deck that doesn't win fast. Alrighty. Looks like we're drawing dead here before we drop what we want to. Got your counter? Get your counter, get your counter. Got your counters right here. What's in our graveyard? We've got... all of our imps are gone. Okay, they're all eaten. That's cool. He's going to come over with the one-of plan. Nice. Alright, maybe this will eat a counter. Maybe this will. Maybe this will. Now if he's got rats, we're at least got an out. Hold on to something that looks remotely like it might be a magic card. Good grief. Let's draw some cards here. Counterspell? Counterspell. He's only got 17 cards left. I almost want him to become the monarch here. How cool would that be? 17 cards left. I don't know if this guy can beat us. He's going to get to draw extra cards enchantment sometime soon. Yeah, and I want to give it to him. You know, it's funny, I have to admit, now that I'm really thinking about it, when I looked over my notes against Demir, I've beaten it, I think 4-1, and 3 of the wins were, you know, crush, 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 and then boom, doing the, this will probably get countered, but I kind of, if Augur attacks, I might let him hit me. How funny would that be? Just, come on, counterspell. Either way, kind of a win-win here. Winning already because he's taking 30 seconds to decide if he wants to counter this or not. Little does he know, I probably would have let Augur right through. I don't think he would have attacked into 2 walls of hope, though. Here he goes with this tired plan. Another 30 seconds. So I recast everything, and he hits me for 1. Yeah, where's our font of return? I know that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I might cast the Thorn of Black Rose and kill it myself. So Bolas will come through and start munching. Come on, be a Mole Drifter. What was that? What did he just hit us with? I didn't see that. I'll have to look at their writings here. Oh, the Justice. Okay, he's got the Justice plan. All right, we'll gain some life. We'll cast some walls. That's the turn. Now double block, and he'll probably trip the what do you call it? Justice. Thinking it's gonna finish off the wall, but no. Prismatic Strands will be there to screw it up. Maybe not. I like this, just kind of letting them, you know, hey, what's up? Good times. You gonna do it? Here we go, a 7. And it's a big no. 13 cards left, gotta do 30 damage. It's a pretty tall order. Even if he does win it, it's... I ain't trying to kill him anymore after that crypt incursion. Screw that. Only now do you understand the power of the Orzhov side. Not much power, is it? Just a bunch of irritating tricks. 7 cards buyback. Yes, thanks, Shiraz. Sorry, my lack of coffee is showing. I'm fading fast. Cool. Look at this, guys. Use 12 minutes. Alright. As we take 2. You could kill us now. Prismatic Strands. Let's go like this. Slow things down a little bit. Is he going to capsize himself? Yay! Cool. More time. Go and get you some. But I don't know. You might just want to double justice here to just get rid of those damn walls. Damn, things are irritating. He's got 10 cards left, ladies and gentlemen. Essence Scatter shows up. Bolus comes back down. He must have a plan. Man with a plan. What's going down? He's looking. They got 10 cards left. I thought that put one of them in your hand. Huh, that was weird. Alright. Hey, up. Back to 32. Long time ago. Think he's on to us. I don't really care about his life total. I think he cares about ours. Just teaching. Oh, a strange little strategy. I'll keep using up his time there. Prismatic Strands. Cast it twice. Nope, I apologize. I was looking at the cards in hand and not the other one. I'm decaying. I'm like echoing ruin right in front of everyone's eyes here. I'll hold this just for bluff potential here. I can feel the dead weight of my play. I gotta pull out of it. 8 cards left. Time's on our side. Feeling good. Play a life. Pass the turn. Maybe I should just attack to make them use turns up. There's only one F6 master around here, sucker. And it's me. Oops. That might change things. What am I doing? Just because they've got lots of mana doesn't mean I should play badly. Let's go like this. Counter spell. Cool. Yeah, I thought he was out of range, but I guess if I had that backup, it actually might work, huh? Ooh, that's tasty. Go get you some. Down to the wire. Now I don't want to draw a card. It says draw a card. It says not you may. I don't want to cast Thorn. I don't do much of anything. I'll sit on it. 13 to 5. Yeah, it'd be nice if we had Sign in Blood, wouldn't it? Why not? Let's get a Guardian. Let's get a Crypt Rats. Let's get an Auramancer. Let's attack with everything. Because I'm dead. Ah! Gosh, I wish this said or player. By one card, he decks us. No. Ah. Oh well. He's got 9 minutes to do that again. Let's quickly review here. He's out of cards, despite what's in his hand. It doesn't look like he was playing that big discard monster. That is just so close as Legardine. Yep. And I love it. So Oblivion Rings for that. I'm going to bring in Seal of Cleansing, obviously. Raven's Crying, yes. And the relics. This is like the slow down central. Witches are gone. This is gone. Rats is gone. Prismatic Strands is gone. Skyfisher. That'll kill Muldrifter all day long. This kills most of the stuff in this deck, but it's not as needed as I thought. This is more for Edict. I think I'm going to go like this, guys. Alright, so that was Dimir again, but that was more like a control build. That was a loss, but he's only got 9 minutes to do it twice. Only bad thing is we can't do much there either, but now we know that Black Rose might be good in reverse here. Good. If he gets a crypt early, we can at least enchant it. We've got to really baby these, though, and not just play willy-nilly. Well, we do have the Auramancer, so I take that back. Got him by about 5 minutes here. I'll drop this. Gotta drop font there, but brutal, says Shirazwan. Yeah, well, it's gotta do it again. We'll be alright. Always the optimist I am. Font of Return. So good in the right deck. So good. Ancestral Recall much? I know I said that earlier, but I mean it. Imagine if you could stack your deck and then draw 3 cards. I'm kind of the timeout persuasion here. I want to see if he's got the Edict now. We've got font. I might drop Oblivion Ring on his Pristine if he doesn't show much offense here. Okay. Yeah. That's why we needed this, right? Counter it. I'm going to grab your Talisman. Okay. I'll grab this. Get rid of your stuff. Play this. Oh, shoot. I thought I had another mana. Oh, well. That was weird. I'm dimming. I can feel my life force. My passion to play the game dwindling at the 3.5 hour mark. This is nuts. Let's play this. I might have wanted to cast the Oblivion Ring first if it counters it, I can go get it back, but Angelic Renewal is always good with this. Cool. But what we really wanted to do was this. Stop getting life. Might get that back with Skyfisher and use it on the tomb later, but what do we not care about here? Let's play this. 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 Okay. Ooh, look at this, huh? Nice play. All right. Hey, look at the clock on the table. Maybe he'll pull it off. We've got font mana now, don't we? Man, thanks for sticking with me this long, guys. guess it's not that big of a deal with Twitchers, but for me it seems like an eternity. This is like a bit too much playing this deck on this scenario here. 35 life, 7 minutes. I don't have that many more minutes. Gosh, we just didn't see that much offense from this guy. I'm wondering if we just can keep creatures out. I don't know if he can do anything other than capsize, but I'm of such the exhausted persuasion right now. I'm kind of 2-3ing sounds kind of nice just to leave. I'm not used to just sitting this long. It's driving me nuts. Oh, that was a nice little top deck. Like this, for this, play this, get this, and go like this. And now I can at least trip it if I need to. Hackerding says, weird thing is I could be playing myself instead of watching. Not quite sure what that means. I guess solitaire maybe? It doesn't have that. Alright, well, I guess we'll go like this. Now we really want to grab our little nothing, a guardian of whatever, but I think that might take too long to attack with, but I'm just glad we can kind of hold him back here, and double Angelic Renewal is pretty sweet. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be killing this guy. Yeah, 1-3. Hey, this will go a long way. Or buy a counter spell. I think he also means playing MTG. Oh, that's what I meant. I should be attacking. Wondering if I attack, those little blocks might actually cost him some more time. I think that's pretty much the only way out of this with Pristine Talisman on the board. I mean, we could Guardian with the double Angelic backup. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll trip that every time because this goes and gets this. Nope. We'll like this, close off the graveyards. This. Gonna make my cards a little smaller here, guys. There we go. Sorry for the eye squint, especially at this hour. What do we got here? This Novian thing? Nope. Yes, I will do this every time. Yes. Dum ba da da dum dum. I'm going to let it die this time. Of course, I don't really have a choice, do I? Now I can go get it with Resourceful Return, at least draw a card. Yeah, we're rounding the end of the gates here. Let's grab Auramancer. Let's play it. Let's go like this. Grab my Angelic Renewal. Yes. Okay. Yep. Kill that. Play this. Like this again. And roll the dice. Wear him down, Deluxe. I know. I think I'm wearing myself down. I thought these were creatures. I'm going crazy. Aha. Got your counter spell right here. Yeah, baby. Angelic Renewal out. Good times. Now the slow march. I need some life. Sacrifice a creature. Okay. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Yes, I would like to use it. If he kills this one, I really need to gain some life here pretty soon. I'm gonna trip, guys. Yeah, we're losing too much stuff here. There we go. This will get rid of capsize and whatchamacallit. Oh shit. Really? I gotta keep Bog. I mean, I gotta keep that in there. Comes the difference of. Sure. That's what we like to see. Do we have any? I got the Crossroads. Yeah, don't really want to kill the Crossroads though. What a weird match. What do we got here? What's going on? Another pie back. 2 cards in hand. If I draw a land, hey, it's good times. No, it isn't. What am I talking about? Maybe I'll draw a counter out of it. This is silliness. Time to crash and burn, I feel. If he keeps his hand and doesn't get more hellbent, I've got to trip this. I guess I can do it on my turn. I got plenty of mana. Oh, let's see. Black Rose ain't going to do it, baby. But I can at least play it. I'm the monarch, and it doesn't matter. Ugh, what a slap in the face. He's probably just going to be able to hard counter this and just be like, plop! Lackerding, I think you are the only one. I think I outlasted everybody. Down to 1. Does he got it? No. Come on, what's the Lone Missionary? That'd be hilarious. Come on, Lone Missionary. No. But we have this. We can trip it and see what the heck happens. Yay! Take that, sucker. I'll keep him back. Yes, and I'm the most impatient person of all. We're gonna kill him, I tell you. All he needs is one more. No. Hey, look what we drew. All of a sudden, there's life. There's life in the hills. Who plays Lone Missionary in Pestilence? I do. Now, if we get a... wait, all of our imps are gone, I think. Aren't they? Nope. End of turn. I'm still here, says Roz. Thank you, sir. Alright. Well, let's make them think that we got... no counter there. More life. More life. I think I'll hold back on the other... screw it. More life. Ha ha ha. You are playing right into my hands. Alright. Staying alive. That's right. Trying creatures here. You know, once he starts wiping the board even more so, our font will come on board. That's good. 4 minutes. We might be able to pull this off. And unconceal. Okay. That's fine. It's not like we don't have enough mana to really power that up. Why do we like this? That's fair. Play this. We respect our life enough. What were we at? 1 life or something? That was pretty cool. I was gonna go. I'm kind of glad I did that first because I was gonna just go all out, but yeah, I still am. And ping this for 1. Stuff dies anyway. Boom. Gain life. Yep. Boom. Gain life. And all of a sudden, looks like we might be able to pull this off. For those life for days, BGs. Oh yeah, everybody's sticking around. Hopefully. What's neat though is if he capsizes our Pestilence and counters it, we still have another one in our hand. Unless he's watching us. I guess that we still have one in our hand, but then he knows about it. And you know, over till the fat lady sings, just like in episode 2, baby. Well, let's make sure to damage this little lady as much as we can before this happens. I think my first initial impersonation, what am I talking about? Observation was that we were going to time him out. I think that might still be the case. All of a sudden, he's the one kind of hurting for life a little bit. We're drawing cards. Let's not forget he timed us out that one time, so got to be careful here. Remind me, I've got Tortured Existence. 5 minutes to his 2. There we go. Now we can keep drawing land. I mean, drawing life. Unless, what I really don't want to see here is the curse. Curse still kind of makes it game here. Alright. Cool. Gonna double do it here. Boom. We'll grab the Wall of... think the Wall of Hope? Eh. I'll get greedy and grab the Missionary for aggro here. No counter spells for you. You think we ought to play the other Pestilence? Rely on double capsize. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. Make that 1. What is he playing here? Oh, okay. He's capsizing. Can we kill it? Yes, we can. I want to turn off capsize here. I don't care if it kills our dude. We're going to get rid of that. And we'll power up the rest of his evilness. He's probably got an edict, but it's alright. We'll go fetch it again. 2 minutes to 4 minutes. I can do 4 damage. I got him next turn unless he's got like some edict. He's getting stressed because of time. I hope so. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. An augur, that's fine. Not going to do much. Guess he's got to kind of pull something off, go look for something. He's going to eat a wall of hot sick. Mystical teachings. Uh-oh. Oh, he's going to go probably farm our graveyard, maybe. Boom. 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 And I think, should we use the last one to, see what he's doing? We still have one on the stack. We can activate, Tortured Existence here. What's he grabbing? Let's see. Oh, Diabolic Edict. Okay. That's cool. I've got Pestilence again. Yeah, let's use this with, yeah, this. Screw it. Cancel. That's what happens at the end of the turn, baby. I'm going to cast this. 1, 2, use as many white sources as possible. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You might have Ghostly Flicker, though. Oh shit, I should have played that way differently. I'm gonna go for it here, guys. Right. I can't. God, I'm playing like just a comedy of errors here. Oh yeah, I can. Boom. 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 Does the deck 3-2 again? Never to have at least broken even? Yay! Woo! Thank you for joining me, guys, and sticking around. It's almost a 4-hour show. And what am I talking about? But he's only got like a minute to beat us here. So we're going to bring in as much defense as possible, just in case it even happens. I can't believe I pulled that off. Big W there. And I think it's going to lead to another one next, unless crazy stuff happens. But that was pretty epic. I think if you watch my body language and rewind this on YouTube later, you'd just be like, oh man, this is over. I was just ready to stand up and get out of here. But he's got a minute. We got 2 minutes. We will keep. Boom, boom, boom. Choices. Here comes the time card. I'll sleep tonight, knowing Demir has taken an epic kick in the crotch. Yes. We're just going to keep rolling with this. Let's draw some stuff. Yeah, there we go. Nobody can F6 like me, baby. the Stinkweed Imp's really costing me here. I think the relic play here is actually worth the time it takes for that. Sure. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. Ugh! Stop doing this, Adrian. Cancel. Oh no, I think you might get me here. Ah! I can't believe I'm gonna lose this! No! He must have better... This is terrible. The Stinkweed Imp is going to cost me the game with 17 seconds left. Oh boy. Drastic. 17 seconds on the clock and I lose it. So this did lose. Only 40 there, guys. But that was pretty funny. Shows actually the drawback of playing Stinkweed Imp, because it was asking me, if you didn't notice that, I'd have to pause and go, what? Oh no, tonight. And it cost me about a second per click, whereas he was able to F6 pitch, F6 pitch. I had to F6, say no, then pitch. So so we didn't beat it. I'm exhausted, guys. We'll see you next time. Questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff to pauperganda@gmail.com. Whew. What a doozy. Anyway, adios.
Water. Delicious, refreshing water.
It were there that I lost me dear Silhana. She walked her last ledge, but folks, me loss is your gain. So it's in her memory Silhana's Window Walkers was created. The finest window scrubbing in all of Ravnica. Cleaning where only flyers dare to soar.
Be reminding them they won't be getting blocked by new high prices with us, John.
Don't be getting blocked by high prices. Silhana's Window Walkers.
Guildpact member since 1906.